Hey guys, welcome to Fanfic Fanatics. So in today's video we are gonna see, what if Deku was Dragonslayer and had Harem? Before starting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are interested in MHA fanfictions. This story is Izuku, Hybrid Dragonslayer by King J Black the Goat 96. Now without wasting any more time, let's dive in. At an unknown location somewhere in the underworld there was a laboratory that was hidden away from sight. In this lab many horrendous experiments were done on so many people. In this lab, sitting in front of a large computer typing away, was none other than one of the scientists Drive. Garaki. Garaki is one of the head scientists here at this laboratory who used his knowledge to experiment on so many people, turning them into monsters and mixing the DNA of many different species such as yokai, devils, fallen angels, and even humans. Dr. Garaki, what have you found? Anything interesting? Automatic doors slide open as the man entering the room was none other than Sho Tucker, another twisted scientist who ran this place alongside Garaki. They are not alone, no, with them were many fallen angels who joined them following the high-ranked fallen angel leader Kokobile. Many fallen angels did not like the state of things as they are. They want to be the strongest and to prove their strength by wiping out the other factions, but their leader Azazel along with the other heads of both heaven and devil factions decided to end the war. That did not sit well with many in the faction of Fallens. Now the two mad scientists were in front of Garaki's computer, seeing the many people they have experimented on. Garaki. Not quite yet. We have yet to find any improvement from the newcomers Lord Kokobile has brought in. Sho. Give it time, Garaki. You can't simply rush things. Remember, we are improving these pathetic creatures and making them into obedient weapons for our Lord and Master. Garaki. Yes, I understand that, I do. But things have gotten rather difficult to the point where we had to put down some of our best weapons. Sho. Necessary sacrifices. Those who cannot fall in line are to be eliminated. I couldn't have said it better myself. The two doctors turned to see two fallen angels have entered the room, walking up to the mad doctors. Daniel, fallen angel. Chase, fallen angel. Sho. Ah, Chase. Daniel, how are you two doing? Chase. Couldn't be better, Dr. Sho. Daniel. So any word from the boss about any new recruits? Garaki. No, not yet. Lord Kokobile still needs to keep up the act of being on that fool Azazel's side. Chase scoffs at this and says, Chase. As if that idiot will be able to notice what our Lord is up to. He has done nothing but research sacred gears ever since the damn war ended. Daniel. It should have ended with our victory, but no, we had to withdraw with the other factions like cowards. Chase. To think we fallen angels have to endure this ridiculous thing such as peace, it's sickening. Daniel. Once Lord Kokobile returns we can play sound. The sudden alarm blaring cut off the man as their attention turned to the computer as Garaki began typing to find the source of the alarm. Sho. What is going on? Garaki typing frantically as a video appears on the computer screen. It shows a boy with green hair no older than 11 years old holding a bloodied and beaten up fallen angel by the throat. Around the boy was 15 dead fallen angels assigned to watch over him. The boy's hair was shadowing his eyes as he then looked up at the fallen angel in his grasp. Fallen cheeky smiley face, please don't. The green-haired boy showing his now green eyes, his pupils were now slits as he ignites his right hand on fire holding the fallen angel with his left. He then punches the fallen through the chest. The fallen's eyes widen, but the boy did not stop there. He then channels flames through the winged angel's body, setting his body on fire, burning it from the inside out. He removed his hand as the body of the fallen was nothing but ashes. He walks through the ashes, making his way out from where he was kept. Seeing this on the screen, both fallen angels and the two scientists saw the boy glare at the camera that was watching him as he blasts a fireball at it, destroying it, causing the screen to go black. Garaki was horrified as well as Sho, seeing just who was causing the alarm to go off. Garaki. Oh no, Project Dragonslayer has broken out of his cell. Sho then looks at the two fallen angels. Sho. You two gather up any other fallen angels here and go after him. We can't let Project Dragonslayer escape. Garaki. Once you find him, knock him out and bring him to us so that we can reprogram him. Suddenly the entire lab starts shaking. Explosions were heard all around, putting the doctors even more on edge. Daniel. Don't worry, Doctor, we will deal with this brat. Both Chase and Daniel ran out of the room and went on the hunt to find the green-haired boy. The green-haired child was walking through the laboratory with a purpose. Fire trailed behind high as he walked, but his path was suddenly blocked by a spiraling tail coming his way. Igniting his fist ablaze, he launches a flaming blast at the incoming tentacle and incinerates it upon contact. Do you really want to stand in my way, Ayato? The boy, now named Ayato, sneers at the green-haired boy. Ayato, do you really want to do this? You know what our purpose is, what your purpose is. Why are you attempting to challenge your fate? Being used as a weapon is not my fate. I won't be a pawn in that bastard's game. Ayato, you would be wise to go back to your cell, Dragonslayer. My name is Izuku. Ayato, a name given to you by that bitch that threw you away. Pathetic to think you would want to cling to your old life instead of embracing the one our Lord has given you. Play song. Izuku fired another blast of flames at him, to which he dodges and began to run along the walls around them as he jumped off and once more sent his ghoul tail at the green-haired boy, who dodged out of the way with the tail hitting everything else except for him. Izuku then fired a barrage of fireballs at him, causing the ghoul boy to dodge and jump away from the green-haired boy. Keeping his distance from Izuku, Ayato tried to formulate a plan, but Izuku was now behind him by the time Ayato noticed that it was already too late. Roaring fire from his mouth, the green-haired youth blasted the ghoul boy, sending him crashing through a wall. Izuku, TCH, if you want to be a pawn in someone's game, then that is your choice. Weapons like you do not have choices. Izuku turned to see Chase and Daniel along with about 20 fallen angels. Chase, come on now boy, you know you can't stand against these odds. Do yourself a favor and be reprogrammed. Can't have our strongest weapon rebelling now, can we? Both Fallens looked down at Izuku with a smirk along with the other fallen angels there. Izuku responded the only way he felt was right. Flames lit ablaze surrounding him, ready to fight the fallen angels surrounding him. Chase, the stupid brat. All the Fallens formed light spears in their hands. Seeing how Izuku was going to be difficult, they then threw the down at the boy, who stood firm. Seeing he was surrounded, all the light spears hit their target dead on, causing an explosion that shook the lab. Chase, okay, let's get the brat in. He was silenced by a dragon-like hand slamming his face into the wall. The other angels watched as Izuku was now looking entirely different. His dragon appearance shook most of the fallen angels, but some readied light spears and threw them at Izuku, who let out a roar, blowing them away. Moving like a blur, he grabbed Daniel with both hands, gripping his head. The green-haired boy unleashed a blast of flames, destroying the black-haired rogue angel's head, completely destroying it. Chase, Daniel. Izuku then charged up his flames, his rage fueling the flames as he unleashes them. The 20 Fallens plus Chase were soon engulfed in the raging inferno unleashed. The laboratory shook violently as everything was starting to fall apart. Garaki and Sho were preparing a drug that they have used before to tame Izuku, to keep him in line whenever he got out of hand. The doctors were worried. Why? Because out of all the experiments, all the species they worked on, Izuku was the strongest and most powerful weapon they had. They were given specific orders by Kokobile to make sure that the boy would be manipulated over to their side, but Izuku was stubborn, which Kokobile took the pleasure in painfully making. Izuku went along with his plan. But now Izuku has had enough and was going to fight for his freedom. Soon the door to their lab were blown open, with Izuku walking in. His appearance was terrifying the doctors to their core. Izuku. You, Garaki. You insolent child. Look at what you are doing. Do you know how much research we have found over the years? You choose now to break out after everything we've done for you. Izuku was once more engulfed by flames. Izuku. You have tormented me since I have been here, you and that damn bastard Kokabile. I may not be strong enough to kill him right now, but one day I will. But for now I will be leaving this place. After I kill the both of you. Garaki was about to fire the drug from his gun, but Izuku grabbed him by the face and slammed him into the ground. But he did not stop there. He continued to slam Garaki's head into the ground harder and harder until it burst, spewing out his brain matter. As Izuku had the doctor's blood on him, his gaze then went to Sho, who was beyond scared and attempted to run away. Attempted to run. Izuku sent flames in front of the crazed doctor, halting his escape. Fearfully turning to Izuku, who walked up to him, his eyes burning with hate. Sho cheeky smiley face, please mercy. Izuku kneed the man in the gut so hard he coughed up blood and dropped to his knees. Izuku. Mercy. You want mercy after the horrible things you and that whackjob Garaki have done to so many people? No, you deserve nothing but death. Izuku formed a small ball of fire in his right hand and grabbed Sho by head and forces the ball of flame down the throat of the mad scientist who could do nothing. Izuku was stronger than him. He forced the man's mouth shut, forcing him to swallow the ball of flame. Sho soon felt a raging inferno throughout his body. Sho, what are you doing to me? Izuku, what, you deserve a slow painful death. Inside of the mad doctor the flaming ball expanded, sending flames throughout his entire body to his lungs, his blood vessels. Everything was burning. He could only cough up blood and scream in pain as flames were tormenting him. Izuku then formed another ball of fire and raised it high as it grew in size. Izuku, this is it. He slams the blast to the ground with a huge explosion soon following behind. The hidden lab was destroyed, and along with it was the research gathered for whatever twisted scheme they had planned. Izuku, now out of his dragon form, was walking away from the explosion. Izuku, Kokobile, someday I will kill you for what you did to me. This I swear. Izuku's hit back first into a wall as he dropped to his knees. The boy was no older than 7 years old. He coughs up some blood, having been hit too hard, as two others were standing a distance away. In front of him was a girl and a boy who smirked, looking at his hurt form. Question mark, question mark, question mark, opening parenthesis. Girl, this is supposed to be the so-called ultimate weapon. What is Master Kokobile thinking? Question mark, question mark, question mark, opening parenthesis. Boy, let us not question our master's wishes. He glares at Izuku, who was still on the ground clutching his stomach in pain. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, opening parenthesis. Boy, get up, fool. Do you really think we are finished here? Izuku coughs and speaks. Izuku, cheeky smiley face, please no more. The boy and girl laugh hearing this and responded to Izuku. Question mark, question mark, question mark, opening parenthesis. Girl, look at you begging for mercy, so pathetic. The girl rushes at Izuku, delivering a brutal punch to his jaw and follows up with a hard kick to the gut that sent him back into the wall. Watching this from above was none other than Garaki and Kokobile. Garaki. Seems he still hasn't awakened it yet, my lord. Kokobile. HMPH. The Kadri class fallen angel looked down at the girl who was beating up Izuku, punching him over and over with a sick smile on her face as she kept punching the boy over and over until her punch gets blocked. Izuku then glared at her, hatred in his eyes. Izuku. RAAAAAHH. He fires a powerful fire dragon roar that blasts the girl away. Red scales were now on his arms and around his eyes. Kokobile. Smirks, excellent, that's the power I wanted to see. Izuku then charges at the boy who was still standing, fully intending to hurt him. He was seeing red until he was suddenly pierced through the chest by a light spear. Fired at him by Kokobile. He only looked up briefly, seeing the crazed smile on the 10-winged fallen's face before he fell forward, passing out. Izuku. Gah. Sitting up quickly, panting as sweat was falling down his forehead. A now 17-year-old Izuku awoke from his nightmare, touched his forehead, thinking to himself. Izuku. That damn dream, why am I having it now after all this time? He then looks at the time. He then got up and went to shower, brush his teeth and put on his school uniform. Izuku goes to the prestigious school Kuo Academy. The boy lives on his own in a house paid for by Azazel, who adopted Izuku, but due to Izuku not being too trusting around the Grigori leader, he wanted to be on his own. Izuku did not hate Azazel, no, he was the one who took Izuku in after he was found in the underworld by Shemhazai, Azazel's right-hand man. Izuku took a while to actually come to terms with being around fallen angels again. After what he went through with Kokobile, he would never trust another fallen. Ever since he was with the Grigori leader, Izuku has trained himself as hard as he ever could with his abilities, using the different dragon-slaying magics that are inside of him. He learned how to harness his fire, sky and iron, ice and lightning, poison, shadow and white dragon-slaying magics. He is not perfect at them, but is damn near great in utilizing them. Azazel told him that he was going to Kuo Academy. Izuku did not like it. Why? Because it was a devil's territory. He did not want to go there because he would not feel safe, but Azazel made him go, not to be mean, but he wants Izuku to learn how to trust people again and heal his wounded heart. The green-haired teen walked out his front door, closing it behind him and locking it. He began making his way over to his bike. He was in his second year at Kuo. Izuku is starting the same way he started last year, staying to himself and out of the devil's business. He had Azazel make him a special necklace that hides his presence and magical power. He mainly stays to himself and doesn't join any clubs. He is always alone, so much that other students started calling him the lone wolf of Kuo. He kept to himself mostly until he ran into the perverted trio Issei Hayadu Motorhome and Matsuda. Izuku immediately did not like them due to their actions, always peeping on women talking out loud in public about breast and pornos. Izuku made sure to keep his distance from them just like he does with the devils, but a certain Neko got close to the green-haired youth. Kaneko Tojo. Izuku knew she was a devil. Izuku found her quite adorable. He would share some of she food with Kaneko as the two would eat lunch together all the time, yet Izuku does not get into her devil business and she enjoyed his company. Izuku was not a pervert who didn't drool over her and talk to her about many things, and he sometimes makes her laugh. He was content with hanging out with her during school, but after he stayed to himself. But Izuku soon found himself in the crosshairs of a certain devil fallen angel hybrid. Akano Hijima. When Izuku first saw her, she took his breath away. Hailed as one of the queens of Kuo Academy, the second most attractive girl in the school next to Rias Grimori. Izuku did not care about Rias much. Yeah, she was attractive, but when his eyes were on Akano it was like he was drawn to her. He wanted to get closer to her, but he knew he couldn't, so he left her alone and stayed away from her. Izuku pulls up to the school on his bike. He gets off and begins making his way through the school. He then meets a face he was familiar with. Hello Izuku, how are you doing this morning? Izuku. I am doing fine Tsubaki. How about you? Izuku did try to stay off the student council's radar, but he soon found himself involved with them when he beat down a couple of boys who were harassing two girls from the kendo team. After the girls explained what happened, Izuku was able to leave without trouble while the boys were dealt with. This was not the first incident he would deal with either. He soon found himself beating down the perverted trio for peeking on the girls' kendo team. This got many to notice him, especially Tsubaki. The black-haired beauty decided to try her hand at getting close to the wolf of Kuo. Izuku. Can I help you with something? Tsubaki. Oh no, just trying to make conversation. So how are your classes? Izuku. Easy, not really too hard if you just pay attention. How are things in the student council? Tsubaki. Troublesome, but I will survive. The two began walking together as they talked about many things. When the time came for Izuku to go to class, Tsubaki handed him a flyer which he placed in his pocket. Tsubaki made her way to the student council office where she sees her king Sona Citri playing chess against Rias Grimori. Sona. Ah Tsubaki, there you are. Tsubaki. Sorry I am late. I was speaking with Izuku, Madam President. Sona knew all about Kuo's green wolf. She found him to be very interesting as he kept to himself. Besides speaking with Kaneko and Tsubaki, the few interactions with him were brief, but she couldn't get a read on his character, which made her curiosity about the green-haired teen peak even more. Rias. I believe this game is mine Sona. Sona. Don't be so sure about that Rias. Checkmate. Rias. I could have sworn I had you this time. Sona. Yes, and I used your overconfidence to my advantage. Rias. I see that now, but I have to say Sona, I am a little disappointed that you went back on our agreement. Sona. What do you mean? Rias. We agreed that you would let me deal with the fallen angels that have shown up in the city. But it seems that a lot of them were dealt with before any of my peerage could get involved. Sona. I assure you Rias, my peerage has nothing to do with this. I ordered them to stay out of the situation as you would be handling it. Rias. If it's not you, then we have unaffiliated with either of us operating in our territory, and we need to find out who. Izuku was sitting in class staring out the window. Having already completed his assignment, he stared out the window, but he then saw someone on top of a building, someone he recognized. Izuku's sad face, thinking, what is she doing here? Time skip. After school, Izuku made his way to his bike and got on it. As he starts it up, putting on his helmet, he was ready to ride off until... Excuse me Izuku. Izuku seeing the girl that came up to him, already knowing who it was. Izuku saw the girl that came up to him, already knowing who it was. Izuku. Size, get on. Nodding at his command, the girl did just that as Izuku rode off with the girl clinging to him as he drove. Izuku drove to a far-out part of the city where they would not be seen or heard. As he then spoke, Izuku. Drop the disguise and tell me what you're doing here, Rainer. The girl gets off the bike and transforms into her true form with both of her black fallen wings. Rainer. Nice to see you too Izuku. Izuku. What are you doing here? Rainer. I am on a mission for Azazel. Izuku. A mission? Rainer. Yes, you see, me and a few others were given orders to spy on a potential sacred gear user. We were given orders to only spy and nothing more, but Kalawarner and Danesik mentioned different orders. Izuku. And what orders are those? Rainer. That we have to kill the boy named Issei Hayadu. Izuku. Him. Rainer. Yes, although I brought this up to Azazel and he said his orders did not change. So they are going through with these new orders they were given by Kokobile. Seeing Izuku's face change into one of anger as he quickly calmed himself. Izuku. Okay, and what else? Rainer. Me and Midlet were placed in this group to be spies to keep an eye on the fallen angels that came into this city, but they were mostly killed already. Izuku. You can thank me for that. Rainer. I see now. I am actually glad I ran into you. Izuku. Why is that? Rainer. Because I need your help. Izuku. You need my help with what exactly? Rainer. There is a nun that will be coming here in a few days under the guise of joining the church in town, but that is a lie. Kalawarner and Danesik intend to steal the girl's sacred gear. Izuku. What sacred gear? Rainer. She has the twilight healing. Izuku. The power to heal any being of the supernatural. Quiet the power, but I don't see why they would want to steal it. Rainer. Your guess is as good as mine. Izuku. So say I help you, what do you want me to do? Rainer. I need you to protect her. The last thing we need are the devils in this territory coming after us. Izuku. Yeah, I am gonna pass on this, you guys are on your own. Rainer. What? Izuku. Just like you, I am not trying to stir up any trouble in this territory. I don't need the Grimoire or the Citri heiress breathing down my neck. Rainer. Izuku, we need your help. Izuku. Sorry, but I can't. Rainer pouts, but she then smirks and walks up to Izuku and wraps her arms around his neck, pressing her breast into his chest, giving the boy an innocent but cute look. Rainer. Please Izuku, I would really appreciate it if you help me. Izuku. Blushes. TT, that's not gonna work. I am not a pervert. Rainer. So your seduction trick won't work. Rainer. Oh well, that bulge I am feeling in pants says otherwise. Izuku looked away, not meeting the winged woman's gaze. Rainer smirked seeing this reaction. Izuku. Sighs. Okay, fine, but what are these new orders from that man? Rainer. They didn't say. I will find out and get back to you. She hands Izuku a piece of paper with her phone number as he accepts it. Rainer. Call me, that way we can keep in touch. You can call me anytime for anything, and I do mean anything. She said the last part seductively, with Izuku putting the number in his phone and then putting the phone back in his pocket. Izuku. Got it. You might want to get back before they get suspicious, and please back up. Rainer smirks and says, Rainer. Don't be embarrassed, Zuz. I am flattered that you're getting excited for me. If you want, I can get rid of it for you. Izuku gently unwraps her arms from around his neck and says, Izuku. I am fine, Rainer. Get going before you get spotted and try to stay out of trouble, troublesome woman. Rainer. Later, Zoo. She then flies off as Izuku got on his bike and drove off, heading off to go train. Izuku drove into a forest area away from town as he removed his necklace that hides his magical power and fallen angel presence. Izuku sad face, thinking time to get some training in. So it seems there is trouble brewing. It looks like you might get involved in the affairs of the fallen angels and devils. Lightning Dragon Raiga, Poison Dragon Viserion, Ice Dragon, Hellfrost, Izuku. Igneel, good to hear from you guys. Brandina. Well, we wanted to see how you were doing. How are you feeling, Izuku? Izuku. If I am being honest, I feel uneasy. Even if I manage to get a handle on your powers, I am still nowhere near ready to face Kokobile. Izuku clenches his fist. Izuku. I swore that I would make him pay, and I will. Later that night, having finished training himself to the limit, Izuku was riding home tired, having put back on his necklace that hides his presence. He drives on into the night, but he soon stops coming upon Kuo Park when he feels something off. He then sniffs the air and smells the scent of Izuku, a fallen angel and a dragon, with Issei. Issei was ecstatic for his date with the blue-haired beauty that went by the name Kalawarner, as she approached him the other day asking him to be her boyfriend. This, however, was merely a ruse to trick the boy into going out with her for her plan to work. Issei, being the pervert he is, agreed, no questions asked. The two went out on their date, thinking that he was winning her over. Issei still did not realize the danger he was in. They were now standing in front of a water fountain with Kalawarner asking him, "Kala, would you die for me?" Issei, confused by what she said, did not respond but was further shocked to see her transform into a woman with two black wings coming from her back. Kalawarner, "Well, it was fun while it lasted, not really, but in order for our plans to go through you must die, boy." Issei, "Wah." She then throws a light spear at Issei, who just stood there until he was tackled out of the way, causing the spear to miss him. On the ground, Issei shook out of his confused stupor to see Izuku in front of him. "Issei, it's you. What are you doing here, you pretty boy bastard?" Izuku, "Saving your dumbass from being killed, so a thank you is in order." Kalawarner, "Ah, it's you." Izuku, "Issei, listen to me and listen good, get the hell out of here now and don't look back, got it?" Issei, what's going on? Why? Izuku, "There is no time for questions. Everything will be explained later, now get your ass out of here now." Not needing to be told again, Issei ran off, leaving Izuku with Kalawarner. Kalawarner, "Do you really think you can protect him? Foolish boy, once I kill you I am going after him and finish my job." Izuku, "Are you acting on the orders of Kokubile instead of Azazel? Not a smart move." Kalawarner, "Azazel is a fool, wasting his time with sacred gears and whatnot. We are going to obtain more power with Kokubile over him, and I am sure he will reward us greatly for killing you." The blue-haired woman readies another light spear. Izuku's sad face, thinking, "I would have to fight when I just got done training my ass off. Oh well, I can still take her." He goes to remove his necklace until he hears something. Issei, "Gah." Izuku turned his head to see Issei pierced through the gut by a blue light spear. He watches as the boy fell to the ground as blood begins to pour out from his wounds. A man was standing in front of him readying another light spear. Danesik. Mission complete. Izuku, "Damn it is." He was cut off as he was soon pierced through the gut from behind. He then turned to see Kalawarner smirking evilly at him. Kalawarner, "You got careless and let your guard down, that's what you get for trying to play hero." Izuku grunts as he coughs up blood. He then took a hold of the light spear and crushes it before he could retaliate. He was hit by another light spear that pinned him to a nearby tree. Danesik soon summoned another one and threw it, hitting the green-haired teen, piercing him through the chest. She then fired another spear of her own, piercing him through the abdomen again. She then summoned another light spear and stabs him through his right shoulder. Kalawarner, "We were told that if you got involved not to show any mercy. Quite pathetic, really. We heard that you would possibly be a threat, but you're just as pathetic as that boy there." Izuku starts chuckling and looks at her with a blood-stained smirk. Izuku, "Listen to you, thinking you're actually doing something special. You better make sure you kill me, bitch, because once I am free from this and I am back at 100%, I am coming for you and your pimp over there with the fedora." Kalawarner then stabs him through the chest, planting another light spear in him. Kalawarner, "With those light spears in you, you won't last longer. Nice try acting tough until the end. Later, pissant." Danesik, "And to think we actually considered you a threat." Both Fallens flew off, heading towards their hideout, leaving both Izuku and Issei there to die. Issei, "Aye Izuku. Damn, we're both gonna die. I can't believe I am going to die without ever getting a chance to feel Ria's boobs." Izuku's sad face, thinking, "Damn, this is bad. They made sure to hit vital organs too. I can't die yet." He then sees a red magic circle appear near Issei, and from it came Rias Grimori. "Rias, your strong desire has called out to me, so I am here to grant your wish." "Oh, you're still alive, that means your will is strong." It was then that she noticed Izuku, who had light spears sticking him to a tree. Rias, "Izuku, you weren't supposed to be here, but oh well." Izuku, "Oh well, in case you haven't noticed, I am pinned to a fucking tree." Rias, "The fact that you have multiple light spears in you says that you have a strong will too, but at least this way you can stop playing with Kaniko's feelings." Izuku, "What the hell are you talking about?" Rias, "You are doing what every other boy at that school wants to do. Getting close to Kaniko, pretending to be her friend just to get close to me or Akano. It's quite sad, really." Izuku could not believe this. Here he was close to death and this girl was telling him all this. Izuku, "You think I am trying to get close to you and Akano? I never tried to get close to either one of you." In all honesty, yeah, I think Akino's way hotter than you, but I am not trying to get close to either of you. Hell, I don't even care about you. Rias. Oh, are you sure you should be saying that to someone who can save your life? Izuku. I would rather die than beg you to save me. Rias. Well, seeing the condition you're in, you won't have to worry about that much longer. Besides, your death will mean nothing. You have no family, no friends, you are nothing but a simple human. At least you tried saving Issei. Which I thank you for. I would make you a member of my peerage, but you're not worth it. She then uses her pawn pieces to turn Issei into a reincarnate Issei. Rias. Well, thank you for saving Issei, although it was in vain. You can die knowing you did at least one thing right. Izuku. You think I am dying here? I have survived and lived through things that would kill a normal person. I want you to remember this, Grimori, because just like I told that fallen angel bitch, when I survive this, I am coming for you. Rias. Cute threat, too bad you won't live long enough to carry it out. A red magic circle appears beneath her and she teleports away. Izuku. Damn, is this really it for me? Izuku. Flying down towards him was Rainer and Midlet as they then get close to him and they began removing the light spears from his body. Rainer. Damn it. Just hang on, okay, we'll get you out of here. Midlet. We would have been here sooner, but that Grimori Eris was there. They then removed Danesik's spear. Having removed the light spears, Izuku's wounds were still there and were very bad. Izuku then remembered something. Flashback. Izuku. What is this for? He asked Tsubaki, who just gave him a flyer. Tsubaki. It's a flyer, you can have your wish answered by using this. Izuku. A wish. Tsubaki. A wish, desire. Whatever your heart wants to ask for, that can grant it. Izuku. I find that hard to believe. Tsubaki. Just give it a try, you'll thank me for it later. Flashback over. Izuku. Rei, Midlet. Both fallen angel women who were trying their hardest to heal him. As he said their names, he got their attention. Izuku. Could one of you reach into my pocket? I have something that can help. Midlet feeling around in his plant's pocket until she felt something and began to pull it. Izuku. Hey, not that, you freaky loli. Midlet. Sorry, just curious. Rei, you were right. He is huge. She then felt around some more and took out the flyer with the C-tree symbol on it. Rainer. Hold on, you can't summon her with us here. Izuku. Relax, just leave everything to me. Izuku then thought of his desire. Izuku sad face, thinking, grant my desire and let me see Tsubaki. A blue magic circle appears and from it comes Tsubaki. Tsubaki. Your strong desire has. She then saw Izuku with the fallen angels and immediately was ready to attack. Tsubaki. What the hell have you done to him? Izuku held up his hand stopping her and says. Izuku. Don't, they saved me. Rainer. Please help him. Midlet. If you don't, he's going to die. We're doing the best we can to keep him alive. She runs over and checks on Izuku, whose wounds were serious. Tsubaki. My magic won't be enough. I am going to need help from my king. She creates a magic circle to her ear and relays the situation to Sona, who then appears a little bit later. Sona. Izuku, my word, what happened? Tsubaki. Madam President, we need to heal him, he is in bad shape. Sona. Yes. Sona gave the two fallens a hard glare. Sona. Let us take it from here. Both winged girls step away from Izuku. Rainer. Midlet, we have to go report this to Azazel. Midlet. Yeah, Rainer. See you later, Zuzu. Rainer flies off into the air. Midlet. Bye, Zuku. She flies off with Rainer, leaving the king and queen of the C-tree peerage to begin healing Izuku. Tsubaki. Hang on, Izuku, I won't let you die. Sona. I don't understand. Tsubaki. What's wrong? Sona. I am feeling multiple different magical powers in him. I have never felt this before. Tsubaki. You're right, I feel it too. Izuku. Tsubaki. The long-haired girl looks at Izuku, who was giving her a genuine smile. Izuku. Thank you for the flyer. I owe you both. Tsubaki. Stop talking, you're going to be alright. I am sure you have questions. Izuku. Don't waste your time. I already knew you both were devils. I know all about the supernatural. I am not human myself. Sona. I see, well, that was interesting. Well, Izuku, my name is Sona C-tree. Izuku. Seraphal Leviathan's little sister. Yeah. Nice to meet you, Sona. Okay Tsubaki, we will need to get him healed with the skin method. Tsubaki. Leave it to me. I can handle it, Sona. Very well then, also when he wakes up tell him I wish to speak with him. Tsubaki. Yes ma'am. Tsubaki then helps Izuku up and teleports away to the student council's office since they did not know where Izuku lived. Sona. Izuku Midoriya, such a mystery, you are a mystery I will unravel for sure. So I have been thinking, what should Izuku's familiar be, and me being the author I am has thought long and hard on this. So Izuku will be getting 2 familiars. And they will be Tomo Tsukumaiki. She will be Tiamat's sister in T-Story. This will be her dragon form, what she is standing next to. Second familiar. Mio spider form. These will be Izuku's familiars in this story, and if you don't know about these characters I suggest looking up Tsukumaiki Moonlit Fantasy. It's a great show, stay tuned. Opening his eyes, Izuku was met by the dragons that reside inside of him. Igneel, Grandina, Metallicana, Skia, Drum, Weislaja, Ryga, Hellfrost and Viserion stood in that order looking down at the green-haired teen. Grandina. Good to see that you are awake. Izuku. Yeah, I am. In my mind, tell me, did I die? Igneel. No, you were saved by Tsubaki and Sona. Metallicana. The wounds you received from those fallen angels were very bad. Good thing they were there too. Izuku. Yeah, I will have to thank them when I wake up. Skiadrum. Now that you have gotten involved they will no doubt ask questions about you. Izuku. Izuku. Yeah, sighs, I am not looking forward to it. But I owe them. I won't tell them everything though. Weislaja. You don't trust them. Izuku. I am not just going to blindly trust them. Knowing what they are I will need to be even more cautious. Viserion. What are you going to do about Rias? Izuku's whole face changed to one of anger hearing her name. Izuku. Oh, that bitch, I will deal with her after I deal with the blue-haired slut and her pimp. Izuku sees he is glowing. Izuku. Seems I am waking up. Metallicana. Good luck Izuku. I think you will enjoy what you see when you awaken. Confused by this, Izuku did not have time to comment as his body vanished from his mind. In the real world Izuku groans as the light hits his eyes. Opening them he glances around to see he is at his house. Izuku. I see, they must have brought me back ho. He tries to sit up but feels a weight on his left side. Izuku sad face, thinking, wait a minute. Izuku then feels something soft on his left side as he then squeezes it, earning a moan. In the process his eyes widen. Izuku immediately removes the covers, seeing who it was. To his shock and horror it was none other than Tsubaki Shinra naked in his bed. He was so shocked he didn't even notice he had his hand still on her breast. The long black-haired beauty stirred awake as she sees the green-haired teen she had saved last night looking at her. As he noticed what he was doing he removed his hand and looked away from her, trying to hide the blush on his face. Tsubaki then sat up, letting out a yawn while rubbing the sleep out her eyes while Izuku was facing away from her. Tsubaki. Good morning Izuku. Izuku. Good morning Shinra. Would you mind explaining why you're in my bed naked? The green-haired teen was still looking away from her, but she placed her fingers under his chin, turning his head in her direction so that he was looking at her face to face. Tsubaki. Well, I had to heal you using the skin method, seeing how your wounds were really severe. It requires me and the person I am healing to be completely naked for it to work. It took everything in Izuku's willpower not to look down at her body. Although he is not a pervert, Izuku is still a teenage boy that admires the female form. Izuku manages to look away from her. Izuku. I see, well thanks for healing me. He then gets out of bed and stands up. Tsubaki's eyes widen upon seeing Izuku's body. She sees the scars all over his upper body. They look to be old scars. Tsubaki. Izuku. The boy turned his head to her as she had a serious expression on her face, with her soon asking. Tsubaki. How did you get all those scars? Izuku looks down, letting out a sigh, and answers. Izuku. Let's just say, I didn't have the best childhood and leave at that. Not saying anything else he goes into the bathroom and starts the shower as Tsubaki goes and gets dressed. Once he was done showering and brushing his teeth he leaves his room and goes into the kitchen and starts cooking. Tsubaki walking into the kitchen looking around Izuku's hues as she noticed Izuku doesn't have many pictures, but she manages to see one and picks it up. It was a picture of a 6-year-old Izuku being hugged by a blue-haired girl with dark yellow eyes. Tsubaki. Izuku, who is this? Izuku. Oh, that is my childhood friend Xenovia. She was an orphan just like me, but she was adopted. That picture was the last one we took together before she left. Izuku finished cooking and placed both his and Tsubaki's plates on the table. He made omelets for them both. Tsubaki took a bite of her omelet and was wide-eyed. Tsubaki. This is really good, Izuku. I never knew you knew how to cook. Izuku. Oh, this is nothing, just a simple omelet. I can make way more dishes better than this. Tsubaki. Really? Well, I would love to taste them if they taste as good as this. Izuku focuses on Tsubaki using his enhanced dragon-like hearing. He reads her thoughts. Tsubaki sad face, thinking, I wonder what that insane magical power we felt from him was. I have to wonder what kind of person you are, Izuku. Izuku smirks and begins eating his omelet. After they were done with breakfast, Izuku grabbed his keys as they exit the house and Izuku locks it. Tsubaki. When we get to school, Sona would like to speak with you. Izuku. I figured as much. Oh well, guess there is no need for me to hide myself anymore. Tsubaki. I still can't believe you managed to hide yourself from us for so long, even though we've been going to the same school for a year. Izuku. Well, I was trying not to be found out. I was in a devil's territory after all. Come on, I'll give you a ride to school. Tsubaki nodded as Izuku got on his motorcycle and Tsubaki got on as well, wrapping her arms around Izuku's waist with him starting it up and driving off. While riding to school, Tsubaki found it quite nice riding with Izuku. The ride there was silent until they got to Kuo Academy. Izuku parks his motorcycle in the parking lot and cuts it off, but he then sees someone running up to him. It was none other than Issei alongside his friends Matsuda and Motorhome. Izuku. What the hell could they want? Issei. Hey Izuku, please tell me you remember Kayla, right? Kayla was the name Kalawarner used to hide her real name when she went out with Issei. Izuku. Kayla. Issei. Yeah, you have to remember you were. Izuku. Look man, I don't know what you're talking about now. If you would excuse me, I have to go meet with the student council. He walks off, leaving the three pervs while Tsubaki walked with him. Walking through the school, the two immediately became the center of attention among the students. Question mark, opening parenthesis. Boy, no way. What is Tsubaki doing with that gooey? Sad face, girl, no way. Don't tell me Tsubaki snatched up the lone wolf of Ku. Question mark, opening parenthesis. Girl too, no. Not the second hottest guy in the school. Question mark, opening parenthesis. Boy too, that lucky bastard, how did he even score a hot girl like her? Hearing the students talking about them, Izuku paid it no mind, simply just walking with Tsubaki at his side as they approached the student council office. Knocking on the door, they heard someone tell them to come in, which they did. Entering the student council office, they saw Sona Citri sitting behind her desk writing down something on a paper as she looked up at them. Sona. Ah, Tsubaki, you brought him good. Please take a seat, Midoriya. Izuku sat down in a chair. Izuku. Good morning, President Shitori, but please call me Izuku. I don't care much for honorifics. Sona. Very well then, Izuku. You said last night that you knew all about the supernatural, correct? Izuku. Yes, I did. Sona. Can you tell me how you found out? You have been around us for over a year and yet your presence gave off that of a human, but now you have the presence of a fallen angel. Both girls saw Izuku stiffen hearing that. Izuku. Yeah, well, about that, I was unfortunate enough to be pushed into the world of devils, fallen angels and angels. The reason I hid myself from you is because I am not too trusting of others. Sona sad face, thinking, I see, I can understand that giving the powerful magic he holds in the presence of a fallen angel, he would no doubt be viewed as a threat, but, Sona. So you already know all there is to know. The great war that nearly ended all sides, reducing our species. Izuku. Yes, I know it all very well. So let's just get down to it. What exactly do you want? Sona. I see, well Izuku, I wanted to ask if you would like to join my peerage. Izuku. You want me to join your peerage? Sona. Yes, but the choice is ultimately yours. Izuku. Why didn't you use your evil piece to reincarnate me last night? Sona. I could have done that, but I didn't want to. If you wish it, I want you to join of your own free will and not feel like it was forced upon you. Izuku sad face, thinking, so she wants me to choose, huh? Well, she is definitely not like Rias, that is good. But could I really be a devil? Izuku then spoke. Izuku. Look Citri, your offer, is it alright if I think about it? Sona. Smiles, sure, that is no problem at all. This is a decision you cannot take lightly. Izuku. Thank you. I will have an answer for you tomorrow. Sona. Very well then, see you tomorrow, Izuku. He gets up and leaves the student council office. While walking to class, Izuku spoke with his dragons. Skiadrum. Izuku, why did you not take her up on her offer? Izuku. Don't worry, I will give her an answer after I take care of some personal business. Time skip after school, with Rainer and Midlet. Rainer was with Midlet, on the roof of a building as they spoke. Midlet. So what are we gonna do? After talking with Azazel last night, there is no way I am gonna be there when Izuku finds where Kala and Daneseek are hiding. Rainer. Well, we pretty much did everything we can. Flashback last night. Rainer and Midlet were at Azazel's house as they just told him everything that has transpired. Azazel. So they tried to kill Izuku. Rainer. Yes, they did. What do you want us to do now? Azazel. You said the Citri heiress came and healed Izuku, right? Midlet. Yeah. Azazel then chuckles, which confuses the two Fallens as he speaks. Azazel. It's best for you both to get out while you can, because once Izuku is back on his feet, both Kalawarner and Daneseek are gonna die. Midlet. They are. What makes you say that? Azazel. Because once Izuku is back on his feet, he's going to go after them. This surprised both girls as Azel spoke again. Azel. You see, if you attack Izuku, you better make damn sure you kill him, because once he's healed up, he is coming after you and he will kill whoever wronged him. The boy already doesn't trust fallen angels as it is. Now he is most definitely gonna kill them. Your mission is done. Rainer and Midlet. Thank you, Azazel-sama. Flashback ends. The two just watched Issei walk the nun named Asia Argento to the church. Now a devil, Issei got a chill down his spine. He then left the nun there as she went in. Rainer then gets a call on her phone. Looking at who was calling, she saw it was Izuku as she answered. Rainer. Hello, Izuku. Hello, Rainer. I have a question and I hope you have the answer. Rainer. Oh, what do you need, Zuzu? Izuku. Where are Daneseek and Kalawarner hiding? Rainer. They are hiding in the abandoned church in this town. They are not alone neither, they have multiple ex-priests here along with a psychotic guy named Fried Selzen. Izuku's demeanor darkened hearing that name. Izuku. Did you say Fried Selzen? Rainer. Yeah, why? Izuku. Just curious as all, thanks for the info. He hangs up with Rainer looking at the phone, wondering what Izuku was going to do. Izuku was riding on his motorcycle as he was no longer wearing his necklace. Now he was no longer hiding his presence. That also means his dragon-like senses are on full effect. He then sniffs the air and then stops his motorcycle. Izuku. That scent. He then growled as he revved up his engines and drove off, heading to Kuo Park. Once he was close enough, Izuku got off his bike and synced into the shadows, traveling to where the scent he smelled came from. When he was close enough, he appeared but remained hidden from sight. He saw Daneseek in front of Issei, who was already on the ground bleeding out as he readied another light spear. Suddenly the hand that holds the light spear was blasted by lightning, courtesy of Akeno, as she along with Rias appeared. After halting his intended attack on Issei, Rias threatened him. This made Izuku mad. Not only was she allowing a servant of hers to be attacked, but she is letting the attacker go free. Daneseek, after being let off with a warning from Rias, took to the air, only to be hit by a lightning bolt that sent him to the ground. Seeing this, Rias looked to Akeno. Rias. Akeno, was that you? Akeno. No, it wasn't. I can't believe you were about to let him get away. Hearing that, they all looked to see Izuku walking into view, shocking them. He walks over to Daneseek, who was having a hard time getting up. Daneseek. It's why. He was silenced by Izuku stomping his head into the ground, cracking the ground. Kaneko. Izuku. Izuku. Did you think I forgot about what you and that bitch did to me? Now you're going to see just what kind of threat I am. Laxus equals Izuku, Gajil equals Daneseek. Daneseek coughed up blood. He couldn't even move his body at all. Walking up to him slowly was Izuku, lightning sparking from his hands as everyone watched on. Kaneko. Since when could Izuku do this? Akeno, sad face, thinking, this presence no he's. Rias, however, felt the power Izuku was releasing and she started to feel worried, remembering his threat to her. Izuku merely glanced in their direction and spoke. Izuku. Hey, get that idiot out of here if you want him to live. You can stop shaking in your skirt there, Grimori. I am not here for you, I am here for this shitstain, so your life isn't in danger yet. The three girls snapping back to the matter at hand. Issei was nearly dying. Rias went over and tended to him while Izuku grabbed Danesik by the throat, lifting him off the ground. Izuku. Well, at least you saved me the trouble of hunting you down. Danesik. How are you alive? We killed you. Izuku. I am not easy to kill, remember that in whatever afterlife awaits you. Izuku then breathed in an Izuku. Lightning dragon roar. The roar of lightning hit Danesik dead on as Izuku destroyed the area behind him, leaving nothing but a scarred ground and a trail of destruction as Danesik was no more. Izuku. One down, one more to go. Kaneko was about to call out to him, but in a flash of lightning Izuku vanished. With Calawarner. What the hell was that? She asked the man that was with her. Freed Selzen. Freed. Oh, relax, Calawarner. Did you not feel that magical power? It came from where Danesik was. Freed. Oh, don't worry about him, besides there is no way those little devil shits can actually beat him. Calawarner. I hope you're right. I don't need anything to ruin our plan. Freed. Yeah, I hear. Hey, is me, or did it just get colder in here? Opening parenthesis. Play song. Izuku. Ice dragon. Ice age. Ice forms all around the entire church from top to bottom. All the exorcists that were in there were trapped in ice, frozen solid, unable to move. They struggled to get free, but they couldn't. Izuku made his way down to the basement where he smelled Calawarner's scent. Upon reaching the doors, he kicked them off the hinges and dodged a bullet shot at him from Freed. Freed. Did you think your little trick could get me? Lucky for me, I was too fast for you. Now I believe it's time for you to die. He fires the gun at Izuku, who easily sidestepped every bullet and then sank into the shadows. Freed. What the hell, where did he go? Come out, you little bitch, and fight like a. A hand grabbed his face and in an instant Freed was frozen, leaving only his head visible. Freed. Hey, what the fuck, I can't feel my arms or legs, you lit shit. When I get out of this I am go. A punch to his jaw shut him up. Izuku. You don't remember me, do you? Freed. Am I supposed to? Izuku. Think hard. I was the one Kokobile took from the orphanage while you killed all of those other innocent children along with that nun. Freed then remembered how him and Kokobile went to an orphanage. Kokobile gave him the okay to kill all the kids except one, and he was now staring at that one. Freed. Aye, it's you. Izuku. Yeah, it's me. Now you're going to pay for all those people you killed. He grabs Freed by the head. Freed. Wait, hold on, let's talk abo. Izuku. Die. Freed was now dead, his headless body still frozen, not for long as a single kick from Izuku shattered the ice, destroying the psychotic priest's remains. Izuku. Now there is only one left. Calawarner was panicking. She was scared the nun who they intended to take the sacred gear of was here, but it was not time for them to try and extract it. But now her entire plan was falling apart, all because of one brat. And that brat was now standing in the room, having just entered and new glaring at the blue-haired woman. Izuku. You should have heeded my warning. You should have killed me when you had the chance. Calawarner forms a light spear in her hand. Calawarner. You ruined everything, I will make you pay. She launches herself at Izuku, who was alreadying in her face. Her light spear was gone, her entire body was cratered into the ground. Izuku then raised his hand in the air, forming a giant ball of fire. Izuku. Remember this, never give a dragon a reason for revenge. He then proceeded to slam the attack into her, causing a huge explosion that blew up the whole church. On the scene was Rias and Sona along with their peerages, sensing the insane magical power. Sona. No way, Tsubaki. Sona, this magical power, it. Sona. Yes, there is no doubt it was Izuku who was behind this. Izuku floated down as he held an unconscious nun in his arms. A figure approaches him and whistles, seeing the damage. Azazel. Damn, you blew up the church. Izuku. I doubt anyone would care since it was old and abandoned anyway. Azazel. So is that the Twilight healing user? Izuku. Yes, I managed to knock her out before I destroyed the church. He gently lays her against a tree and stands back up. As Azazel places a hand on his shoulder. Azazel. Let's get out of here. Izuku nods as they both disappear as Rias and Sona's peerages come where they were at only to see Asia sleeping soundly and Izuku nowhere to be found. With Izuku was at Azazel's home along with Rainer and Midlet, with them, with Izuku on the couch sitting across from Azazel, who was sitting in a chair, holding a drink in his left hand. Azazel: so you got your revenge, what's next? Izuku: well, I still have to pay that bitch Rias back for leaving me to die. So I will. Azazel: let me stop you right there. I know you're not gonna want to hear this, but going after Rias is not a smart move. This angered Izuku as Azazel spoke before the boy could lash out. Azazel: hold on, before you even get started, I know you're strong enough to kill her if you wanted, and even take down her entire peerage if you wanted to, but don't forget her brother is Sirzex, the strongest of the 4 Devil Kings. Izuku: I know that. Azazel: yes, and you must also know that doing that will not only land you in trouble with Sirzex but the Grimoire family as a whole. Not to mention the state of equilibrium we are in with them, it will most definitely trigger a war, which is something neither side wants. Well, except for Ko. The glare sent his way from Izuku silenced the Governor General, with Izuku closing his eyes and taking a breath. Izuku: I see your point, fine, the Grimoire bitch is off limits. Azazel: also you can be reasoned with when you're not too pissed off. Izuku: shut up, perverted crow. By the way, I have something to ask you. Azazel: what is it? Izuku: Sona Citri gave me an offer to join her peerage. Azazel was quiet for a few moments and then spoke. Azazel: I see, well, what did you say? Izuku: I told her I would have an answer for her tomorrow. The thing is, I don't know if I should accept it or reject it. What do you think? Azazel: well, kid, that decision is entirely up to you. Whatever choice you make sure it's the right one for you. Izuku then looks to Rainer and Midlet. Izuku: what do you two think? Rainer: I am with Azazel on this. The choice is yours. I won't treat you differently because you're a devil. Midlet: me neither. Izuku then closes his eyes. Izuku: I see. Well, I know what I am going to do now. He stands up and looks at Azazel. Izuku: see you later, Azazel. Izuku then leaves Azazel's house and heads home. Rainer looks at Azazel and asks. Rainer: Azazel, why did you send Izuku to Kuo Academy with the devil heiresses there? Midlet: yeah, I mean, I don't know how you got Izuku to agree to there. Azazel's face shows sadness as he explained. Azazel: well, I did that so I could help him. Rainer: help him? Azazel: Izuku didn't have the best childhood when he never knew his mother, he only had the unfortunate luck of knowing his father. Rainer: his father? Midlet: he never talks about his parents or where he grew up. Azazel: Izuku is Kokobeel's son. This shocked both fallen angel females hearing this information. Azazel: when Izuku was 6 years old, the orphanage he was staying at was attacked by Kokobeel and the former exorcist Fried Selzen. They killed all the children and the caretaker there. Then Kokobeel kidnapped Izuku, taking him from the orphanage. Rainer: wait, why did Kokobeel do all that? Azazel: I don't know myself. From what Izuku told me, he was at some sort of lab where he was experimented on daily. The pain he went through was unbearable. Rainer: how do you know this? Azazel: Izuku himself told me. Despite how he carries himself, deep down Izuku is a kind-hearted kid. I sent him to Kuo so he can have some sort of a normal life. The kid hasn't smiled once since I found him in the underworld, and I want to change that. So I need you two to do something for me. Both Fallens listened intently on what Azazel was about to ask of them. The next day, Izuku pulls up to the school, parking his bike, and he takes out his keys from the ignition. Izuku: hearing his name called, he turned around and saw Issei followed by the nun girl he saved. Izuku: what do you want? Issei: I just wanted to say thanks, man, it's because of you that I didn't get killed. Oh, and Asia wanted to say something to you. The blonde girl, now named Asia, who was wearing the Kuo Academy uniform for girls, bowed her head to Izuku. Asia: thank you, Midoriya, for saving my life. I am forever grateful. Izuku, sensing the power inside of her, knows she is now a devil. He guessed that it happened last night. Izuku: there is no need to thank me, all right. Izuku then walks off as they both follow behind him. Issei: hey man, hold up. Izuku: what? Issei: There were some rumors going around about you and Tsubaki. Are you two dating? Izuku. Number. Issei. Oh, I could have sworn. Izuku stops and stares at Issei. Izuku. Look, stop trying to make conversation, alright? Me and you aren't friends, so let's just stay out of each other's way, okay? Izuku walks away from them, but while walking he feels as if someone was staring at him. Looking around he spots the person staring at him. Akano Himehime. Izuku stared at the girl in front of him, giving him a gentle smile, but he showed no reaction as he walked forward, attempting to go past her, but she soon spoke, getting his attention and stopping him in place. Akano. Good morning, Midoriya. How are you this morning? Izuku. I am fine, Himehime-san. It's a pleasure to see you as well. Akano. Yes, it is. If it's not too much trouble, I would like for us to talk after school, if that is okay. Izuku. Sorry, but there is someplace I have to be after school, so we will have to have that talk some other time, okay? Akano smiled and said, Akano. Okay, I will hold you to that. Time skip. After school. Izuku stood outside the student council office. He then takes a breath and knocks on the door. Come in. Opening the door, he was greeted by the sight of the full student council and Sona's entire peerage. Izuku knew all of them were devils, but he never really got their names. Sona then spoke, getting the green-haired youth's attention. Sona. Izuku, I am glad you're here. Please take a seat. He does just that and sits down while Tsubaki placed a teacup in front of him, which he accepts. Sona. I would like to introduce you to my peerage. She introduces her peerage and their piece. Izuku. I see you have an incredible set here. Sona. Yes, I cherish each of them. I would also treat you with the same respect and care as I do every one of my servants. I take it you have thought about my offer. Izuku listened to this and thought about his conversation with Azazel, Rainer and Midlet. Izuku. Yes, I did. The reason I wanted to take my time and think about this is because I am not gonna make a huge decision based on emotion or pure instinct. But it was thanks to you and Tsubaki that I am still alive. So I decided that I will join your peerage if you will have me. Sona smiled, as did Tsubaki, though she was more happy than her king. Sona brought out one of her evil pieces as Izuku stood and she was now in front of him. Sona. Of course I would love to have you in my peerage, Izuku. I hope you can get along with your fellow members here, and I will expect you to work hard and do your absolute best. Izuku. You got it. Sona places the glowing piece to his chest. As it glows, sinking into Izuku's chest, a blue magic circle appears beneath him as Sona speaks. Sona. By my name Sona of the House Citri, I resurrect the Izuku Midoriya to be my rook soldier and defender of my house. Rise as a member of my household. The glow stops as the magic circle vanishes. Izuku felt the change within him, feeling stronger as he looked at Sona, who was smiling at him. Sona. Welcome to my peerage, Izuku. Sona. Everyone, let us welcome our newest peerage member and student council member, Izuku Midoriya. All the girls were happy that Izuku was now with them, as Saji was a little jealous that Izuku was now in the same peerage as him. Sona. Now Izuku, now that you are part of my peerage, you also get to be a part of the student council. Izuku. I see, so what is my position here? Sona. You will be our security. That means you're in charge of keeping others in line if things get too out of hand. Izuku. I can do that. Sona. Also, since you are now with us, I will need to know of your power. I sense incredible magic power coming from you. Would you mind explaining what that is? Izuku thought about it for a moment and decided to tell her. Izuku. Okay, fine. The power you have been sensing from me is my magic. It's called dragon slaying magic. Sona and Tsubaki raised an eyebrow at this as Sona took out a notepad and began to write down. Sona. Could you explain more, please? Izuku. Well, the magic I use, it's as the name says, magic used to kill dragons. I have 8 magic orbs that were implanted inside of me called dragon slaying lacrima, giving me 8 different types of elemental magics. The magics I use are fire, sky, iron, lighting, poison, shadow, white and ice magics. Sona went wide-eyed along with everyone in her peerage. Hearing this, Saji tensed up, which Izuku noticed but decided not to comment on it. Sona. I see, so how many of these magics can you use? Izuku. I can use them all separately. But if I combine them it tires me out, but that is not the only thing. All of those magics I can use, I am immune to all of them. Sona was even more surprised hearing this. Sona. Wait, I don't understand. Izuku. Let me explain it like this. If I am fighting someone that specializes in fire magic, it won't hurt me. I can consume the element that is used against me, whether it's fire, poison, ice, lightning, white shadow, or wind or iron. It won't work against me. I will consume it and it will make me stronger. Every member of the student council was shocked, with their jaws nearly hitting the floor at the information Izuku just gave them. Izuku, seeing this, decided to read their minds. Tsubaki, sad face, thinking, no way, that means he's basically unbeatable. To use so many magics, it's insane. Momo, sad face, thinking, how can someone be that strong? Rhea, thinking, no way, so no magic can work against him. Tsubasa, sad face, thinking, so strong. Sona hit the jackpot, getting him handsome, strong, mysterious, definitely a good pick. Saji, sad face, thinking, no way, the dude is already a fucking chick magnet. Why the hell does he have to be so damn op? Now I can kiss my dream of being the only dude in the student council goodbye, along with being with every girl in here. Sona, sad face, thinking, thank Lucifer I got him before Rias. Strong and immune to basically all elemental magic. Not to mention he's hot too. Wait, Sona, calm yourself, good thing he can't read minds. Izuku chuckled to himself after hearing their thoughts as Sona cleared her throat and spoke. Sona. Well, that's a lot to take in. I must say I am going to need you to show me a demonstration of your powers so I can see for myself. Izuku. No problem, name the time and place and I'll be there. So what will I be doing now that I am in your peerage? Sona. Yes, well, you will need to hand out these flyers in order to form contracts with humans. She placed a stack of flyers on her desk as Izuku walked up and reached out to get them, as Sona grabbed his hand and placed her family's crest on it. Sona. This shows that you are a servant of House Citri and will also allow you to use magic circles to teleport to the location that you desire. Izuku nodded and took his leave, leaving the student council office. Izuku made it to his bike and started it up. His bike ready, he drove off, leaving Kuo to do his new devil job. Passing out flyers was easy for Izuku. He was so busy he unintentionally ran into two familiar faces. Izuku, sad face, thinking, oh crap, it's them. Maybe they won't notice me. Issei. Midoriya. Izuku, sad face, thinking, shit. Izuku then sees them both walking up to him. Issei. Hey man, what are you doing here? Izuku. Just handing out flyers. Issei. Oh cool, I was helping Asia with passing out flyers too. Asia. It's so nice to see you, Midoriya-san. Izuku. Yeah, Issei. So since you're passing out flyers, does that mean? Izuku. Don't read too much into alright. I am just doing this for someone, that's it. Izuku turns and begins to walk off, but he bumps into someone by accident. Izuku. Crap, sorry man. He apologizes to the man he bumped into as he got a good look at Izuku. No, don't worry, it's fine. Izuku. Okay, oh, here's a flyer. The man takes a flyer and says, thanks, what's your name? Izuku. Izuku, what's yours? The man's eyes widened hearing that and said, Megumi Fushiguro. Izuku then turned and walked off as Megumi turned to Issei and Asia, getting their attention. Megumi. Excuse me, Issei. Yeah, Megumi. Are you two friends with Izuku? Issei. Yeah, well, friends wouldn't be the word to describe OU relationship with Midoriya. Megumi. Midoriya's his last name. Asia. Yes, why? Megumi. Because my younger brother's name is Izuku Midoriya, I have been looking for him. Both Asia and Issei eyes widen hearing this. Megumi, sad face, thinking, I finally found him. With Izuku. Izuku teleported into the student council office where Sona had everyone gathered. Sona. Ah, Izuku, you're back early and just in time. Izuku. In time for what? Tsubaki. We have a stray devil to take care of. Sona. Sorry to throw you into the fire on your first day, but we need to take care of this. Izuku. No worries, Sona. This will also be the perfect chance for you to show us your abilities and some of ours as well. Izuku. Whatever you want, I'm game. Sona. Alright everyone, let's go. A magic circle appears beneath them and teleports them away. The outskirts of Kuo. The group are now at the outskirts of Kuo at an abandoned warehouse. Sona. Alright everyone, the target was reported to be here. His name is Kaigaku and he went stray after killing and raping his king's daughter, so it is our job to make sure that tonight is his last night alive. All. Understood. Izuku. with his dragon-like sense of smell, sniffed the air. Izuku. I am picking up more than one scent there. Momo. What do you mean, Izuku? Izuku. It means there is more than one stray in there. Sona. That is strange, stray devils don't usually group up together at all. How many are in there? Izuku. 20, but one is stronger out of the other 19. Sona. Then that must be Kagaku. Everyone get ready for a fight. Izuku then stepped up and said, Izuku. Sona, why don't you leave this to me? Sona looks at Izuku confused. Sona. Is there any reason why you wish to fight them all alone? Izuku. Well, you did say you wanted to see my powers, and plus I recognize nay of the sense in there. Don't worry, I will be fine. Sona. Very well, but the moment you look like you're in trouble we're jumping in. Got it, Izuku. Got it. The group walks into the warehouse as they were greeted by about 20 strays, and 2 of them stood out as one recognized Izuku. Izuku narrowed his eyes at Ayato, who was barely controlling his rage at the sight of the green-haired teen. Kaigaku. Oh, look who it is, some devils have come to play with us boys. Random stray RS. 1 rupee. Look at those toys that came for us. Oh, I like the girl with the bob cut hairstyle, I am gonna enjoy making her my personal whore. 2 rupees. You can have her, I like the white-haired girl, she looks like a screamer, I wonder what sounds she will make when my cock is piercing through her py. 3 rupees. That blue-haired girl is gonna be mine, I am love the look on a girl's face when she's filled with both my cock and horror. Kaigaku. Seems like you all are the center of attention. Be honest though, do you really think you can beat all of us with so few numbers? This is a bad matchup for you. Izuku listened as the strays continued to make lewd and disrespectful comments about the women of Sona's peerage. This angered him. Ayato. I don't care what they do to those other devils, but leave the green-haired boy to me. I have a score to settle with him. Kaigaku. Fine, so what's it gonna be? You could just surrender and we'll kill the boys and keep you girls alive for a while, what do you say? Izuku. You really are a cocky asshole. But you're right, this is a bad matchup, not for us but for you. Izuku lets out a chilling aura. Izuku. Now let's play. Play song. 10 strays charged at Izuku, who took one step and sent a huge barrage of ice at the incoming devils. The strays were bombarded by the ice pillars, slamming into them, freezing them upon contact. Ayato then sneaks behind Izuku and fires his tendril at him, only for Izuku to sink into the shadows. This caused Ayato to smash his tendril into the frozen strays, killing them. Ayato. Damn, you come out and fight me, you coward. Izuku in the shadows spoke. Izuku. Okay, but remember you asked for it. Izuku appeared behind the stray to fast for Ayato to react, with Izuku grabbing him roughly by the back of his jacket collar. As Izuku blasted himself in the air using his fire, he blasted himself in multiple directions, disorienting Ayato, with Izuku spinning around holding onto him and throwing him into the wall, planting him there while Izuku was in the air. Kaigaku using thunder breathing moves with lightning dancing around his body, he flew at Izuku with his sword raised above his head, ready to bring it down on him. Kaigaku. Thunder breath. Izuku grabbed him by the face with his right hand and aimed his left hand upwards and blasts fire, sending him and Kaigaku to the ground with a boom, causing an explosion followed by smoke and debris that went everywhere. The smoke cleared with Izuku holding Kaigaku's sword. Izuku. Thanks, I was getting kind of hungry. Izuku then bites the sword, breaking it apart, chewing it and then swallowing it, with 5 stay devils coming down at him from above, with him raising his head yelling. Izuku. Iron Dragon Roar. The roar hits its mark, engulfing all 5 of them, killing them instantly, having killed 15. Now there were only 5 left. Watching all this, Sona and her peerage could not believe the amount of power Izuku held. Her peerage was faring no better, seeing how Izuku is easily destroying 20 stray devils like it was child's play. Ayato. Damn you, Izuku. Izuku saw him firing his giant tendril at him, which looked like it hit dead on, landing on the ground where Izuku was, but the green-haired teen was now above Ayato. Izuku. Lightning Dragon Jaw. Double axe handling him to the ground, followed by lightning striking the ghoul. Stray devil Ayato was cratered into the ground, with Izuku landing on the ground and channels lightning once more, creating a ball of lightning. The explosion of the attack blinded the Seatree group, who shielded their eyes at the light from the attack. After the light died down, Ayato was nothing but ashes. Kaigaku. Damn you. Wind gathers around Kaigaku and the remaining strays who were trapped inside the whirlwind of death. Izuku. Here for playing with me, I'll give you a gift. Let me introduce you to a dragon slaying secret art. The members of Kuo Student Council were trying their best not to be blown away while the girls tried to keep their undergarments from showing due to the strong wind. Tsubaki. So much magic power. Sona. I can't believe Izuku is so powerful. Izuku. Dragonslayer secret art. Shattering light sky drill. The blast obliterated the last of the strays, killing them all instantly. All that remained was nothing but ashes. Izuku then turned to Sona, who along with her peerage were wide-eyed at the show Izuku just put on. Izuku. So Sona, how did I do? Sona clears her throat, getting over her shock, and answers Izuku's question. Sona. That was quite the display of power, Izuku. Tsubaki. To be able to bring down 20 stray devils is insane in itself. Momo. You fought like you used to the battlefield and utilized your magic perfectly. Tsubasa. You looked really badass doing all that. Rhea. Even though you're new to our peerage, you're definitely the strongest, right up there with Tsubaki and Sona-sama. Izuku. Thank you all for your kind words. They all exit the warehouse, but Izuku stops and looks to his right, narrowing his eyes in the direction he was looking. Momo, seeing this, spoke, getting his attention. Momo. Izuku, are you okay? Izuku turns his attention to her and responds. Izuku. Yeah, I am fine. He walks up to the group while thinking to himself. Izuku's sad face, thinking, I know for a fact someone was here watching me. Whoever they are good at hiding their presence. Izuku regroups with the student council as Tsubaki readied a teleportation circle as they all vanish, heading back to the student council office as the figure that was watching Izuku from the shadows making himself known. Megumi. He's definitely strong. To be able to do all that and only a newly reincarnated devil. It's incredible. Megumi's phone then rings as he brings it out, seeing the person calling, and he answers it. Megumi. Maki. Maki. On the phone. Megumi, did you find him? Megumi. Yeah, I found him. He's using Mom's maiden name as his last name. It's just like Mom's letter said. He's a spitting image of her. Maki. So have you met him yet? Megumi. Briefly, we didn't talk long, but we will meet soon. The next day. The rays of the sun hitting his face causes the green-haired teen to stir, opening his eyes to a whole new day. Izuku yawns and tries to get up, only to feel something on top of him. Izuku's sad face, thinking, the hell? I could have sworn I went to bed alone last night. Who the hell could this be? Moving the covers, he sees both Rainer on his right and Mittelt on his left, hugging his arms between their breasts. Not only that, but they were both completely naked, cuddling with him as the boy was wearing a muscle shirt and some boxers. Seeing this sight, Izuku had to fight hard to keep his composure while being between two beautiful women. The boy would be fighting a losing battle if he was a pervert. Both girls stirred awake and were greeted by the sight of Izuku's emerald green eyes. Rainer. Morning, Zuzu. Mittelt. Morning, Zuku. How did you sleep? Izuku. I slept fine, but would you both care to tell me why you're both in my bed naked? Rainer. Well, when we got here last night you were already asleep. So we decided to sleep with you. Mittelt. You're very warm, by the way. I slept like a baby. Izuku. You still didn't answer my question. Why are you both naked? He asked, turning his head, avoiding trying to look at their naked bodies. Rainer brings his head back around to look at them. Rainer. Well, that's simple. I always sleep like this. Midlet. I am more comfortable sleeping nude. Don't you like what you see, Zuku? Rainer. Yeah, Zuzu, aren't we sexy? Both girls pressing themselves on him. Izuku was losing it. His red face could not deny what was in front of him. Two fallen angel women pressing their naked bodies on him. Temptation at its finest. Rainer goes to his ear, whispering. Rainer. Well, are you gonna answers us? She blew in his ear, and that was making it worse for the greenette. Midlet did a step further and sat on his waist, straddling him. Middlet. Well, Zuku, we're waiting. She then moves her hips on his groin, causing Izuku friend downstairs to stand at attention. Midlet. Oh, Zuku smirks. Are you getting excited by our naked bodies? Rainer. Guess we have our answer. Looks like Izuku Jr. wants to come out and play. What do you think, Midlet? Mittelt. I think we should let him out to play. She goes and reaches for Izuku's boxers, but the green-haired teen sinked into the shadows, moving off the bed quickly, going to the bathroom to take a shower. A cold shower. Rainer. Ah, he got away. Mittelt. No worries, you're right, Ray, he is fun to tease. After Izuku's shower he brushed his teeth and went down to cook breakfast while Midelt and Rainer took their own showers and got themselves ready. Both girls came down wearing Kuo Academy uniforms as Izuku put the plates at the table. Izuku. Why are you both wearing Kuo Academy uniforms? Rainer. Isn't it obvious? We're transferring to Kuo. Izuku looks at both Fallens for a moment before sighing. Izuku. How in the hell are you going to be in Kuo Academy? In case you have forgotten, this is a devil territory. Midelt. We know that Zoo. But we talked with the Citri heiress last night about it. Izuku. You talked to Sona. Rainer. Yeah, after you and her peerage left we talked with her for a while and she accepted us being students here. Izuku. Just like that. Midelt. Well, we will be monitored by her peerage for a while until we are proven trustworthy, but we get to be with you. Izuku. And why is being with me so important? Rainer. Because Azazel told us to stay by your side and help you be a better person. Izuku. I don't need anyone's help, all right. I am fine. Rainer and Midelt shared a look and agreed as they ate their breakfast made by Izuku. They ate their breakfast and once they were done they headed outside where Izuku got on his bike. Midelt got in the sidecar while Rainer sat behind Izuku as he drove them to school. With Sona. Rias. I can't believe you let fallen angels come here, Sona. Sona. Well, it is done, besides I owe them. Rias was in Sona's office with Akeno and Rias heard that Sona allowed both Rainer and Midelt to come to Kuo Academy. She was not happy about this at all. Rias. You owe them. What could they have possibly done for you? Sona. They were able to get me to Izuku in time for me to help heal him. Do not worry, I have everything under control. Rias. Izuku. Is he a part of your peerage now? Sona. Yes, he is. I had to use my mutated rook piece on him. He showed us a display of his powers just last night. He truly is an interesting boy. Akeno. My Sona, if I didn't know any better I would say you're starting to fall for Izuku. Sona coughs as a blush comes upon her face. A knock at the door then got their attention. Sona. Come in. The door opens as Izuku walks in followed by Rainer and Midelt. Izuku. I hope you don't mind, President. I brought both Rainer and Midelt here for their schedule. Sona. Yes, I see, thank you, Izuku. Izuku nods and takes his leave. After a while Rias and Akeno left after him. Rias. Did you feel that power coming off Izuku? Damn, to think he had that much power hidden in him and Sona got to him first. Maybe she would be willing to trade or at least let me borrow Izuku. What do you think, Akeno? Akeno. The Thunder Priestess was not listening to her friend as she was watching Izuku walk away, vanishing as he turned a corner. Rias. Akeno. Akeno. Snapping back to reality, looks at her king. Akeno. Oh, forgive me, Rias, I was lost in thought. Rias. You were watching Izuku. I swear I don't know what it is you find so fascinating about him. Time skip. End of the day. Izuku, after stopping by the student council office filling out some paperwork, the green-haired teen was ready to go home and relax. He heard that Azazel needed Rainer and Midelt for something, so they left after school ended. Izuku made it to his bike only to see someone there waiting for him. Izuku. Akeno. Why are you here? Akeno. I wanted to ask if you would give me a ride home. Izuku was confused by this and decided to read her thoughts. Akeno, sad face, thinking, I hope now I will finally be able to talk with him some more. Izuku, sad face, thinking, she really wants to speak with me. Izuku. Okay, fine, hop on. Akeno got on the bike with Izuku as he drove to Akeno's home, which was a shrine. This surprised him. Once they got there, Akeno got off the bike and gave Izuku a warm smile. Akeno. Thank you for the ride home. Izuku. No problem. Well, Akeno. Would you like to stay for some tea? I can make some for you as a thank you for the ride. Izuku, sensing no ulterior motive, decided to go with her, turning off his bike and following her into the shrine. He waited patiently as Akeno made the tea. As she brought it out, she served it to him, which he accepted graciously. Izuku sips the tea, enjoying its taste as he said, Izuku. This tea is amazing. Akeno smiles at the compliment and says, Akeno. Thank you, Izuku. I am glad you like it. Izuku stares at the tea as his face changes and he looks up at Akeno and asked, Izuku. Akeno, I am grateful for the hospitality, but what do you want? Akeno's face changed as well as it became sad, looking down at the cup of tea in her hand. Akeno. I want to know, Izuku. Are you a fallen angel hybrid? She saw Izuku stiffen, hearing his hair shadows, his eyes not knowing what to say. Izuku. Why would you ask me that? What are you playing at? Akeno, sensing the unease in Izuku's tone, decided to be careful with what she says. Akeno. I did not mean to insult you if that's what you think. You see, you and me were the same. Izuku was wondering where she was going with this, but she stood up in her priestess outfit as she undid her tube and turned around, and from her back 2 wings come a devil and fallen angel wing. Izuku watched her do this as he was calm as Akeno spoke. Akeno. I felt at the moment we crossed paths when you attacked that fallen angel. You were just like me. You have the blood of a fallen angel in your veins just like me. Yet when I look in your eyes I see pain, anger, hatred. I can see it clear as day in your eyes. You too hate the blood in your veins. Izuku looks at her as she continues. Akeno. My mother was a shrine maiden. One day she found a wounded fallen angel and nursed him back to health. She did her job well. They fell in love and soon enough I came along. My wings, one from a fallen angel and the other from a devil. Signs of my heritage I try to hide. I grew up hating my angel side. I jumped at the chance to become a devil when Rias made me the offer to spite my father. Maybe it was my half-breed blood. But the results were a sad and garish mix between both types of wings. Izuku's sad face, thinking, so she really is just like me. A fallen angel father and a human mother. She has known the pain and loneliness that I have known before I met Azazel. Izuku stood up and removed his school jacket and then undoes his shirt. Akeno was confused by this, asked. Akeno. Izuku, what are you? Izuku drops his shirt to the ground, revealing his scarred body to Akeno. Not only that, but 2 wings came from his back, the same as Akeno's, a fallen angel and a devil. Izuku. You and I are similar, yes. But at the same time different. I know of your relationship to that man. I won't say his name, seeing as how you have bad feelings about him, but I was used as an experiment. My father found me and brought me to some lab and experimented on me, placing these lacrimas inside for me. For what I do not know. I never knew my mother. I only had the bad luck of meeting my father. I envy you. You can remember your mother's face, her smile, everything about her. You have it. Me, I have nothing that reminds me of my mother. Izuku walks up to her, looking her in the eyes. Izuku. Yes, there is tainted blood in our veins, but we do not have to become the ones we hate. Our blood does not define us. Izuku. Akeno, you are beautiful. You take a man's breath away by your presence alone. When I first saw you I was drawn to you, yet I avoided you because I was scared of what would happen if you found out about me being a hybrid. I kept my distance, but I no longer wish to do that. Akeno. Izuku. Izuku. You are perfect, fallen angel or devil, it does not matter. We define ourselves, not our blood. Akeno had tears stream from her eyes. Akeno. I didn't know the lone wolf had such a way with words. How can a girl not fall for you when you say sweet things like that? Izuku. Yeah, well, when a girl is crying her heart out in front of me, I have to say the right thing to comfort her. Akeno. Thank you for sharing your story with me. It means a lot that I can share my problems with someone who has been through the same thing. Izuku. No problem, I am glad I could help. Well, I gotta go. Thanks for the tea and the heart to heart. Akeno. You're welcome. Oh, I have something to give you before you go. Izuku. And what's da? He was cut as Akeno approached him and kissed the green-haired boy on the cheek. Akeno. Thanks again, Izuku. Blushing at the girl's action, he responded. Izuku. Why, yeah, don't mention it. He then exits her home. Akeno's sad face, thinking even though he tries to act tough, he is sweet in his own way. Sorry, Kaneko, but you now have a rival for Izuku's affection. Our story starts off at the Occult Research Club, where we find Rias at her desk, Akeno at her side. With them were Kiba and Kaneko, who was sitting on the couch eating sweets. Rias. So Akeno, how was your time with Izuku? Akeno smiled a very warm smile, thinking back to her and Izuku's shared moment of honesty with each other. Akeno. Well, I can say for certain that there is more to the lone wolf that we have seen so far. Rias raised an eyebrow hearing that and asked. Rias. What does that mean? Do you know something we do not? Akeno. Sorry, but it's not my place to say. Kaneko eyed the hybrid queen with suspicion, wondering what her and Izuku did. Kiba. So why are you so interested in Izuku, President? Rias. His immense power caught my attention. Seeing what is coming up for me, I want to have that power on my side. Ria's sad face, thinking, with Izuku in my peerage there is no doubt I would crush Riser. Hiba. Are you sure you want him as an ally? Hiba does not like Izuku, so you may ask well for one Izuku has been hanging around Tsubaki. The girl he still has feelings for. Hiba and Tsubaki used to date but there was more to Kuo's Prince Charming than Tsubaki realized when he cheated on her with another girl. They broke up 2 years ago and Tsubaki hasn't dated anyone since then. Rias. Are you saying having Izuku a part of our club will be a bad thing? Hiba. I just don't trust him. I heard rumors about how he doesn't let anyone get close to him other than Kaneko. We still know little about him. Rias. You have a point. Looks at Kaneko. Kaneko, what do you think about Izuku joining us? Kenko was quiet a bit, thinking about how kind Izuku was to her as she answered her king. Kaneko. Izuku is a complicated person. He is kind in his own way. Rias. Maybe you can do some digging in finding out a bit more about him, like if he has a sacred gear or special power, feeling that strong aura from him. See if you can get him to talk. Kaneko nodded, however inside she felt bad at how Rias was trying to use her to convince Izuku to be with them. Izuku's life as a devil was great if he was being honest. The contracts he was getting were easy as it was women who either wanted him to help them around the house, listen to them as they talk, or babysit kids. He also cooked for them as well. Right now he was sitting down eating lunch with Momo, Sona's bishop. Momo. It's amazing how you have been reincarnated for a few weeks and you have so many contracts. Izuku. Well, to be honest, getting contracts were really easy. Most of my contracts are women that either want me to cook for them or listen to them talk. Momo. Wow, you actually listen to women's problems. Most boys aren't like that. Izuku. Well, some people just need to let out their feelings instead of bottling them up. Most relationships between men and women are based on communication. Without it, things will always be complicated. Momo was wide-eyed hearing Izuku say that as she giggled. Momo. Wow, the lone wolf giving out relationship advice. It's so sweet. It appears there is more to you than meets the eye. Izuku. Please, I am just being honest. Momo. Well, that definitely makes you better than most boys our age. Izuku. Well, if most of the guys at this school weren't such perverts they could have girlfriends. Momo. What about you? Do you have a girlfriend? Izuku. No, I am very single. Momo. You're kidding. So no girl has caught your interest at all? Izuku was quiet and thought about Akano, Tsubaki, Sona, Rainer, Midlet, and then he looked at Momo. Izuku. Well, there are some who caught my eye, but there is more to the reason as to why I am single. Momo. Oh, I see. She turned her head to avoid Izuku seeing her blush. Later, Izuku was on the roof laying on his back thinking to himself. Igneal. You know it won't hurt to let someone be there for you. Izuku. Yeah, but you know better than anyone why I won't get close to people. Skiadram. You fear that they will reject you and toss you aside. Grandina. Not everyone is like that. Izuku. Weislaja. You seem to be close enough to talk with them, but why not allow yourself to be happy? Before he could respond, someone came up to him as he saw it was Kaneko. Izuku. Hello, Kaneko. He then sat up looking at the small girl who sat next to him. Kaneko. Sup, Izuku. So what brings you out here? Kaneko. I was looking for you. I wanted to talk to you. Izuku. Is that so? Izuku then decided to read Kaneko's mind. Kaneko's sad face, thinking, I can't believe President Rias is making get close to Izuku so that I can learn his secret. I hope he doesn't hate me for prying into his personal business. Izuku now knew why Kaneko was here, but he decided to humor her. Kaneko. So you became a devil. Izuku. Yeah, I owe Sona and Tsubaki for looking out for me and saving my life. So anything you want to know? Kaneko. What's with the insane magic power you have? Izuku. I see. Well, that's a story for another time. Oh, and tell Rias if she wants to know anything about me I am not a hard guy to find, so she can come and ask me herself. Kaneko was surprised at this and asked. Kaneko. How did you know Rias sent me here? Izuku. I am just awesome like that. Izuku then reached and pat her on her head. Izuku. But if you really want to know more about yourself and not on the order of someone, feel free to come and ask. He then dug into his backpack and brought out a bag of chocolate chip cookies and hands them to Kaneko, who instantly accepted it. Izuku. There, well, see you later, Kaneko. Izuku walks off, leaving her there as she looks at the bag of cookies in her hands. She smiles and hugs the cookies and looks back at Izuku's retreating form. After school, Izuku was with Sona and her peerage as they made their way to Orc. Knocking on the door, they heard someone say, "Come in." Sona entered, followed by her team, as Izuku sees Kiba glare at him, which didn't bother him in the slightest. He then saw Asia and Issei, who were confused seeing the student council here. Sona. Sorry to interrupt. She apologized as Rias was telling Issei and Asia about getting familiars. Asia. Issei, who are these people? Issei. The one in the middle is the student council president, Sona Shitori. Rias. Hello Sona, what can I do for you? Sona. Nothing, I just wanted to congratulate you on increasing the number of your servants. Issei. Hold on, how does she know about that? Akano. Her real name is Sona Sitri and she's the next head of House Sitri, a big devil family. Issei. Wait, there are other devils at this school. Saji then steps up, acting arrogant by saying, Saji. Rias, I am hurt to find out that you didn't tell your little boyfriend about us, but I suppose if you don't trust him with inside info, then he must not be worth much to you, huh? Sona. It's considered bad form to involve oneself in the affairs of other households, Saji. It's only natural. Rias held this back. Izuku's sad face, thinking, Saji is just making himself look like an ass. If he keep this up, I am definitely gonna punch him. Issei. Oh wait, I know you, you're the guy from class 2C who was just elected student council clerk, am I right? I think I might have voted for this guy. Sona. Saji Genshiro my pawn and Izuku Midoriya my rook. Rias. Issei Hayadu my pawn and this is my bishop Asia Argento. Issei. Whoa, so you're a pawn too? Dude, then that totally means we're twinsies. Saji. Hey, can it debag you and your gaggly of slutty sluts don't even duh. Whatever he was about to say was silenced by a fist from Izuku punching him in the back of the head, causing everyone to look at him while Saji rubbed his head and glared at the green-haired teen. Saji. Izuku, what was that for? Izuku. You're acting like a dumbass and you're insulting two of my friends by calling them sluts, so shut the hell up and let Sona continue with whatever business she has to do here. Seeing the glare Izuku was sending at him, Saji remained quiet while Kaneko nodded at him and Akano winked at him, which didn't go unnoticed by Tsubaki, Momo and Sona. Sona. Clears throat. I apologize for my pawn's behavior. Rias. It's no problem at all. We were actually talking about getting Issei and Asia familiars. Sona. Wait, is this true? Rias. Yes, I was thinking of going next week actually. Sona. Well, that's a bit of a problem for us since he only takes people once a month. Izuku's phone then rings as he takes it out, seeing who was calling. Izuku. Sorry Prez, but I have to take this. Sona. Go ahead Izuku. He steps outside answering the phone. Izuku. Hello. With Megumi. Megumi was reading a letter his mother had left for him and his sister. Inko. I am sorry for causing you both pain, but after what happened with Kokobile I couldn't bring myself to get over the horrible things that he did to me. I was so devastated that I couldn't even raise the child he forced me to bear. Yes, I have another child whose name is Izuku. I gave him my maiden name. What happened to me was so traumatizing that I could not raise Izuku along with you two, so I gave him to an orphanage that graciously took him in. I am sorry that I will not be able to see you, your sister and your brother grow up. But know that everything I did it because I love you all. So when you read this, please do not hate Izuku for being Kokobile's son. Whenever you both feel like you're ready, I want you to find Izuku and be there for him despite what he may act like. He is still your brother and I would rather my family be whole than divided. Please watch out for each other and know that no matter what you do I will always love you. Inko Fushiguro. Megumi sighs and speaks. Megumi. Well mom, you don't have to worry because we found our little brother and we're gonna be a family, so rest easy, we've got this. Izuku puts the phone to his ear and says. Izuku. Hello, Azel. Izuku, how are you kiddo? Izuku sighs and responds. Izuku. What do you want? Azazel. Geez, you do not sound happy to hear from me. Izuku. If you don't tell me what you want I will hang up. Azazel. Okay kid, fine. I need to speak with you face to face, it's important. Are you free right now? Izuku. Just in a meeting Sona is having with Rias about going to the familiar forest. What is so important? Azel. It's about her. Izuku went silent as his eyes widened a bit as he spoke in a cold yet calming tone. Izuku. I'm on my way. Azazel. Got ya. Izuku hangs up as Sona and her peerage comes out. Sona. Is everything alright, Izuku? Izuku. Yeah, Sona, I have somewhere important to be. I will see you all later, alright. Without waiting for a response, Izuku takes off, leaving the clubroom heading for his bike. Sona. What is going on with him? Tsubaki. I am not sure. I could follow him if you wish. Sona. No, I will ask him about it tomorrow after our tennis match with Rias. Izuku made it to his bike and started it up and drove out of the school parking lot heading towards Azazel's house, his eyes filled with anger. While driving, he picks up a scent as his eyes widened, with them soon narrowing in anger as he revved up his bike and sped off in another direction. In a forest area outside of Kuo, a silver-haired girl appears to be wounded as she drops to her knees. Oh look, she's down. Ah, too bad. So much for a pure-blooded vampire. It was just starting to get fun too. Just kill her and get it over with. We have things to do, Sophia. The girl now named Sophia chuckled at the impatience of her partner and spoke. Sophia. Come on, Lancer, relax. Besides, those weak little devils won't be able to do anything to us. Sophia walks over to Mocha, who was struggling trying to stand up, only for Sophia to kick her in the gut, sending her to the ground. The silver red-haired woman walks up to the downed vampire girl, shaking her head in disappointment. Sophia. And here I thought it would be more fun fighting you, but I couldn't have been more wrong. And Sukune said you were strong. What a bummer. Oh well. The girl then raised her giant sword in the air. Sophia. So long, pathetic vampire. Bringing the huge blade down with intent to finish her off, Sophia cackled madly, but the attack was stopped when everyone heard Izuku. Lightning dragon roar. The breath attack came too fast for Sophia to dodge as it hits dead on, sending the sword wielder through multiple trees, destroying part of the forest in the process. Sukune and Lancer looked at the newcomer, who glared at them with anger in his eyes, his glare directed at the two in front of him. Izuku. If I knew you were going to be here, I would have had your graves ready to bury you in. Lancer. Izuku, or should I call you by your code name, Project? The blonde manchild did not get to finish that statement, with him having to dodge a lightning bolt fired at him from Izuku. Izuku. Never, and I mean never, call me that again. Sukune. So this is the one that escaped, huh? Doesn't look like much. Izuku powered up, lightning raging around him like a storm, staring down his enemies. Sophia appears above the green-haired teen, bringing down her sword, which he catches with his right hand, causing a shockwave to go through the forest. Sophia stared down at Izuku with her bloodthirsty smoke, while Izuku's hate-filled glare was now on her. Sophia. Attacking me like that, and you didn't even say hello. How rude. Izuku. I knew that wouldn't be enough to kill you, but don't worry, I won't leave here until I kill you and your allies. Sophia. Oh, tough talk, let's see if you can back it up. With Sona and her peerage. Sona, upon feeling Izuku's magical power, stood up as Tsubaki felt it as well. Tsubaki. This is Izuku's power. What is going on? Sona. I don't know, but come on, we are going to find out. The two then leave via magic circle. Sophia was laughing madly as she swung her giant sword, with it colliding with Izuku's lightning fist. Each punch and each swing of the sword, the clashes caused shockwaves to be felt. Sophia. Yes, this is the fight I was hoping for. She raises her sword in the air and brings it down, only for Izuku to sidestep the descending blade, and before Sophia can bring the sword back up, Izuku, with lightning surrounding his right foot, stomps the blade, breaking it in two. Sophia could only be in shock momentarily, because Izuku grabs her right arm and brings her to him for the green-haired Dragonslayer to punch the girl with a lightning fist, enhancing his attack. Dazed, Sophia could not get her bearings back as Izuku repeatedly punches the girl in the face, not letting up as he held onto her arm, not letting her go. The green-haired youth was about to attack once more, but then felt a kick to his jaw, courtesy of Sukune, who finally decided to intervene. The kick sent Izuku sailing towards a boulder, with him crashing into it. Sukune. You okay, Sophia? Sophia. Yeah, why the hell did you get involved? I had that. Sukune. Sure you did. The only way we will be able to take this guy out is if we work together. Sophia. I don't need your help. They then heard footsteps and saw Izuku walking up to them, cracking his neck as he spoke. Izuku. So you want to get involved too? Doesn't matter. I am going to kill you all. Lancer. I will admit you are strong, but thinking you can take on the three of us alone is downright crazy. He's not alone. Izuku's eyes widened upon hearing the voice of Sona, who was with Tsubaki, who had her Naginata in hand. To his surprise, Rias also showed up with her peerage. Rias. Well, this is something. Who are you and why are you here in my territory? Sukune. TCH, like we'll answer that. Sophia. Oh, looks like the devils came out to play, huh? Well then, Lancer. No, Sophia. Sophia looks at her ally confused and asks. Sophia. What the hell not? Don't tell me you're afraid of them. Lancer. Use your damn head. These two heiresses we can take no problem, but fighting them and Izuku will be too huge a problem for us. Izuku was already hard to deal with, but we will deal with him another time. For now we must go. Sophia grits her teeth and then looks back towards Izuku, smirking. Sophia. Guess we'll have to continue our fight at another time. See you around, Project Dragonslayer. Izuku's rage spiked hearing that as he charged lightning all around himself and charged at them, but a magic circle appeared below the three, teleporting them away before Izuku could get his hands on them. Izuku. Fuck. He punched the ground in anger, creating a huge crater in the area they were in. Sona. Izuku, calm down, it's over. Izuku's anger did not quell in the slightest. A million things were running through his mind right now, and those three, Sophia and Lancer, along with that Sukune guy he knew nothing about, were there. Why were they there and what are they after? These questions and more ran through the mind of Izuku, who turned his attention to the silver-haired girl who had long passed out from her wounds. Izuku walks over to the girl and kneels down, checking on her, looking at her face. Izuku was shocked seeing her. Izuku's sad face, thinking, what the hell is Mocha doing here? Ria's sad face, thinking, that girl looks familiar to me for some reason. Sona and Tsubaki go up to Izuku and ask. Sona. Izuku, are you injured? Izuku. No, I am fine. Tsubaki. Who were those people and what did that girl mean by Project Dragonslayer? Izuku turns his head, looking at both of them with a cold glare that sends shivers down their spine. Izuku. No disrespect, but I don't want you to ever ask me about that. Rias. Well, too bad. Those individuals seem to know you and they entered my territory and I want answers, so talk. Faster than anyone could blink, Rias was grabbed by the throat and lifted into the air by Izuku, whose cold gaze was now on her. Izuku. What the fuck did I just say? I said I am not gonna talk about that right now. And bitch, if you ever try to order me around again, this crater will become your grave. He threw her to the ground, glaring down at her. Kaneko was surprised seeing Izuku so angry. Hiba, on the other hand, drew a sword he created using sword birth and charged at Izuku. Seeing this, Tsubaki intercepted the blonde, blocking his intended attack with her Naginata as she glares at her ex. Hiba. What do you think you're doing? Tsubaki. Stopping you from attacking my fellow peerage member, what do you think? Hiba. He put his hands on Bushu, he deserves to pay. Sona. That's enough. When she spoke, that stopped Tsubaki and Hiba's stalemate. Sona walks up to Izuku and says. Sona. Okay, you don't have to talk about this now, but Izuku, you can't just hide things from me. I am your king and you are a member of my peerage. If something is bothering you, then come to me no matter what, it is okay. She places a hand on Izuku's cheek. The green teen's eyes soften a bit and nods as he goes back towards Mocha. He places his hands over her and they glow green. He was healing her wounds. Sona. He has healing magic too. Izuku saw that Mocha's wounds were healing nicely. He then removes his hands and picked her up, holding her bridal style, and says. Izuku. I am going home, Sona. I will talk with you tomorrow. Izuku then teleported home as Sona surveyed the damage of the battle that went on here, but Rias spoke, getting Sona's attention. Rias. Sona, how are you just gonna let him get away with putting his hands on me? Are you even gonna discipline him? Sona. Don't worry about Izuku, he is my problem, not yours. As you can see, whatever went on between them has him on edge. It's best not to push his buttons when he is angry like this. Rias grits her teeth in anger at how Izuku put his hands on her. His eyes looked ready to kill her if she even said the wrong thing. Rias. Well, when you get him calmed down, I want him to apologize to me and I expect you to give him a harsh punishment. Let's go, everyone. Rias and her peerage leave in a red magic circle as Sona was thinking on how Izuku acted. His anger was so violent something went on, but seeing the way Izuku is now, he is definitely not in a talking mood. Sona. Sighs let's go Tsubaki. Sona and her queen leave the area. The next day, Izuku was with Mocha who was in his guest room in his house. Rainer and Midlet were filled in yesterday on what happened and the two girls were worried for Izuku who looked to be worried. They knew why but said nothing as they did not leave his side comforting him. He checked on the vampire girl once more before he left and went to school. His classes went on like normal. He was mainly quiet the entire day, his mind still a wreck after yesterday. He was present for Rias and Sona's tennis match in which it was a draw. They destroyed the rackets as they decided the next game they would play was dodgeball tomorrow night. Izuku. So you're going against Rias in dodgeball? Sona. Yes we are. So we need to. A small magic circle appeared on her hand as she looked at Izuku. Sona. Izuku, it seems you have a summon. Izuku. I do. Sona. Yes you do. Oh well, off you go, we can talk when you come back. Izuku nods and steps into the magic circle and teleports to where the client's house is. Izuku appeared in the living room of an apartment that was well furnished. You made it. Hearing the voice he turned around and saw Megumi there greeting him. Izuku. Yeah, I am the devil you ordered, so what do you want me to do? Megumi. How about we have a seat? Izuku sits down in a chair beside the couch Megumi was sitting on. Izuku. Okay, so what can I do for you? Megumi right? Megumi. Yeah, I just want to ask you something. Do you know who Inko Midoriya is? Izuku. Inko Midoriya. Megumi. Yeah, she used to go by the name Midoriya before she married my dad. It was her maiden name. I thought it was strange that you look just like her. Izuku. I look like your mother. Megumi. Yes you do. Izuku Midoriya. Izuku paused and he never told this guy his last name before he could voice his thoughts. Megumi spoke again. Megumi. I have been looking forward to meeting you. You were given to an orphanage when you were just a baby, but then something happened at that orphanage causing you to disappear. Now here you are years later. Izuku narrows his eyes at Megumi and speaks. Izuku. Okay, look man, who the hell are you and how do you know so much about me? What, are you a stalker? Megumi looked down before looking back at Izuku and says. Megumi. No, I am your older brother. Izuku sat there processing the words he just heard from Megumi. The spiky black-haired teen was looking at Izuku wondering how he was gonna react to hearing such a statement. Izuku. What did you just say? He asked calmly, trying to see just who the hell is this guy. Megumi spoke once more, answering Izuku. Megumi. I am your older brother. Izuku. Look man, I am gonna set this straight right now. I don't have any family. The only family I had died in that orphanage. I don't know what kind of joke you're playing, but Megumi. It's the truth. I can even show you proof. He gets a picture from a dresser and hands it to him. Megumi. This is our mother. Izuku takes the picture and looks for himself. She did have the same hair color as him and he has her eyes were just like his, but Izuku refused to admit that. Izuku. Sorry man, you've got the wrong guy. We're not related. Megumi. Well, in this letter our mother wrote to us talking about her third son Izuku Midoriya. You can deny all you want, but we are siblings. Izuku. Sighs. Look, I am going to leave. I haven't had the best day, so I am going to have to cut this short. See you later, Megumi. Before Izuku could try and teleport, Megumi grabbed Izuku's hand. When he did that, something happened. Blue lines begin to form around both Megumi and Izuku's bodies. Suddenly both boys are blown away, hitting the wall. Izuku gets up along with Megumi, who notices they both have blue lines on them. Megumi. So you even have that power, huh? There is no mistaking it, you're definitely my brother. Izuku noticed the blue lines around his body and was surprised and glares at Megumi. Izuku. What the hell is this? What did you do to me? Megumi focuses and the blue lines on his body recede as he answers Izuku's question. Megumi. What you are seeing is called blood. It's a defensive technique that grants the user superhuman capabilities. Izuku. Blood, what the hell? Megumi. It was passed down to us from our mother Inko. Only those of our bloodline could activate this technique. Izuku. This is nonsense. Look man, I am not your brother. Alright, I am sorry you wasted your time, but I have to go. Megumi. But wait, the teleportation circle appeared below Izuku and he vanished, not letting Megumi say what he was about to say. Megumi. Sighs. Man, I figured he wouldn't take the news well, but I didn't expect him to act like that. Izuku appeared back in the student council room where the only person that was there was Sona, who greeted him upon his return. Sona. Izuku, you're back early, how was? Izuku. I didn't get a contract and I won't be visiting that guy anytime soon. Sona sees Izuku's anger in his eyes and asks. Sona. Did something happen? Izuku. Do you know someone that goes by the name Megumi? Sona. Wait, Megumi as in Megumi Fushiguro. Izuku. Yeah, Sona. He is a high-class devil that belongs to Searzek's peerage. Why do you ask? Izuku. He is the guy that summoned me. But I won't be going back if he summons me, have someone else do it, okay? Sona. What happened, Izuku? Izuku. It was just a disagreement. I am heading home. Izuku goes to the door as he opens it and exits the room, closing the door behind him. Izuku was walking towards his bike deep in thought. Igneel. Izuku. Izuku. Yeah, Igneel. Igneel. Why are you so angry? Izuku. What, Brandina? You have to calm yourself down. You have been angry ever since you saw Sophia and Lancer. And your anger increased when you heard Megumi call you his younger brother. Izuku. Please, you don't really believe that, do you? Igneel. Well, was he lying when he said that you two were related? Izuku. No, he didn't. Metallicana. Then what's the problem? Izuku. Look, even if the guy is related to me, it's best that he has nothing to do with me. I am fine on my own. Anytime I get close to someone, they end up betraying me. Skiadram. You need to learn how to trust others. There is nothing wrong with opening your heart and letting people in. Izuku made it to his bike and drove home, thinking back to his conversation with Megumi. He then remembered those blue lines that were on him. He decided to think about it later and made his way home. Later that night, sleeping in his bed alongside Rainer and Midlet, who snuck into his bed again, but he didn't care. They slept on him, Rainer on his right, Midlet on his left. He slept peacefully, but he then had a dream. Izuku opens his eyes to see he was on what looks to be a battlefield. He sees a man on his knees, hands tied behind his back, as a green-haired woman walks up to the kneeling man, pulling out her sword, with her soon standing on the man's right as she asks, Inko, do you have any final words? The man raised his head to look at the woman in the eye and responds, I have nothing to say in my defense. I did what I believed was right for our race. I would do it all again if I could, but it seems I have lost. Heaven will not survive without our Lord and Savior. I want you to know this. You will be fighting their wars forever. Things may be peaceful for a while, but it will never last. I fought in the Great War for heaven, but we did not win. I fought this, our fellow angels, for the throne of heaven. I fought and I lost. I hope betraying me was the right choice for you. Now do your duty. Izuku looks closely and sees it's Inko from Megumi's picture. Izuku. That's Inko. Inko. I see. Farewell then. Farewell, my daughter. Inko closes her eyes as a lone tear falls from her eyes. She then steeled herself and raises her blade. Inko. Farewell, father. Bringing the blade down, she slices off the monk's head, with it falling to the ground as blood sprayed everywhere. Inko sheathed her sword and turned to walk away as the angels who watched this destroyed the man's body. Inko, who was crying, refused to look back at her now deceased father. Izuku was confused and wondered why was he seeing this. Izuku. What is this? You were looking at a memory from centuries ago. Hearing the voice around him, Izuku was looking around frantically, but his body was enveloped by a bright light, sending him away. The green-haired teen quickly wakes up and sits up, letting out a gasp which awoke the two girls laying with him. Rainer. Izuku, are you all right? Izuku was breathing heavily, remembering the dream he just had. He noticed Inko, but that man, who exactly was that? Midlet. Izuku, your hand. The dragon teen looks at his right hand to see the blood vein on his arm. Izuku. It's this thing again. Midlet. I sense holy magic coming from you. How did this happen? Rainer. Izuku, you're shaking. The green-haired youth was indeed shaking, looking at his hand with the blood vein all around his arm. Izuku sad face, thinking, what the hell is going on? Izuku then calmed himself when he did that. The blood vein disappeared. And he looks at Rainer and Midlet with a gentle smile. Izuku. Don't worry, it's fine, it's nothing to worry about. Rainer. Are you sure? Izuku. Yeah, no need to worry. Izuku laid back down, trying to go back to sleep along with the two fallen angels at his side. 2 days later, Izuku was walking with Sona and Tsubaki to the Orc Clubroom. Rias defeated Sona in dodgeball, earning them a chance to go to the familiar forest. Izuku didn't want to play the game due to the fact he did not like Rias and he wanted to find Sophia and Lancer, but they were no longer in Kuo anymore along with their ally Sukune. Izuku decided to stop his hunt for those three and get back to his life as a devil. Which is why he was accompanying Sona to the ORC. Izuku. Hey Sona, why are we coming here again? Sona. Well, this territory is governed by me and Rias, and there is an important meeting today in which the individual we will be meeting is rude, arrogant, and a pig. You are here for my protection. Izuku. I see, so if this guy is disrespectful towards you, I have a right to slam his face in the dirt, right? Sona. Right. Tsubaki then looks at Izuku, thinking back to when he fought those three people. She had so many questions she wanted to ask him, but Izuku kept to himself and she knew he did not wish to speak on who they were or what is Project Dragonslayer. But she intends to try and get answers from him. Not to be on his case, but because she sees Izuku carrying so much anger inside of him. They made it to the door to the clubroom and knocked. They then heard some tell them to enter, as they did just that. They enter to see Rias, her peerage, Kiba, Issei, Kaneko, Asia, and Akano, and they also see Graphia there as well. Graphia seeing Sona enter with her queen and someone she did not know. Rias. Ah Sona, I'm glad you could make it. Graphia. Greetings Sona-sama, please have a seat. Sona. Good evening Graphia, and of course I made it. Rias, it is my duty after all. Graphia looked at Izuku, who had his arms crossed standing beside Sona on her right while Tsubaki stood to her left. Graphia. I see you have gotten a new piece, Sona-sama. Sona. Yes, my mutated rook Izuku Midoriya. Introduce yourself Izuku. Izuku looks at Graphia and bows while introducing himself. Izuku. Hello Graphia-sama, I am Izuku Midoriya, Sona's rook. It's a pleasure to meet you. I have heard stories about the strongest queen. It's an honor to be in your presence. Azazel made sure Izuku knew about the key figures in the underworld, such as the Devil Kings, high-class devils and angels. Graphia. I see, I can sense the amount of magic power inside of you is very strong. Do you perhaps have a sacred gear? Izuku. Well, you can say I have something like that. Rias, however, was glaring at Izuku, who, upon feeling like someone was glaring at him, he looked at her with an uninterested gaze. Everyone's attention soon drifts to a magic circle that crowded flames from it as it revealed Riser Phoenix. Time passed and Izuku learned that Riser was Rias' fiancé due to a contract which Izuku could actually careless. He was only here because Sona wanted him to be here. He watched with an abhorred look on his face as Rias and Riser argued back and forth. Rias. That's enough, Riser. Let it go. Why don't you understand? I have no intention of ever marrying you. Riser. But my darling Riser believes your family's circumstances are still such that you cannot afford to be selfish. Rias. I will not bring my family to ruin. I have no intention of denying you the right to our name. However, let me be clear, my husband will be my choice. Riser. Remember, it's imperative for devils to remain pureblood. We're still recovering our numbers from the last war. Both your father and Searsex decided on this arrangement with the future of devils in mind. Riser then notices Sona, Tsubaki, and Izuku in the room as he says. Riser. Oh Sona, what are you doing here? Sona. I am here because this is as much my territory as it is Rias. Riser. Oh well, you can go now, this doesn't concern you. Sona. Actually it does, so I will be staying. Riser. Fine, just stay there and speak only when you are spoken to. Izuku. It would be wise to watch how you talk to her Phoenix. Riser then looked at Izuku. Riser. And just who the hell are you? Izuku. Izuku Midoriya, Sona's rook. Riser. Oh, another low-class scum, why don't you be a good piece of filth and leave things like this to your better understood trash? Izuku. Watch yourself, bird boy, keep talking to me like that and your mouth is gonna write a check your ass can't cash. Riser. You dare speak back to Riser? Sona, you should teach this low-class dog some manners. Izuku. You know I have had a bad week so far and beating the shit out of you might just be the therapy I need. Riser. Oh, you think you're on my level, please. He snaps his fingers, bringing out the members of his peerage. Riser. You see this here is my peerage, a full set led by me. Izuku. Wow, a peerage full of women, am I supposed to be impressed? Riser. I see your king has not taught you to have any respect for your betters. Izuku. I only see one of my betters in this room and it's Graphia. You however are nowhere near better than me in any way. All you are is nothing more than a spoiled little bitch who is honestly really weak. I mean you're kinda strong but you're way too weak. Riser then gains a tick mark hearing that. Riser. You wanna say that again, punk? Izuku. I said you're really weak. You stand there spouting nonsense, but to be honest, if you and I ever fought I would literally destroy you without even trying. The girl Ravel, who is the sister of Riser, speaks. Ravel. It would be smart to watch how you talk to my brother. It won't end well for you to keep up this tough guy act. Riser. If you think I am weak, then I will show you the difference in our powers. He creates a fireball in his hand and blasts it at Izuku, who did nothing and let the attack hit him dead on. Sona did not do anything but remain seated. She then smirked, with Tsubaki doing the same. Sona. You shouldn't have done that, Riser. Riser. I wouldn't have to do that if you trained your servants better. Now the bastard is dead. They all then heard something as they look at the flames that engulfed Izuku being swallowed by the green-haired teen, which shocks everyone as Izuku didn't have a scratch on him as he was done eating the fire. Izuku. Wow, that was some good fire. Issei. Did he just eat fire? Everyone besides Sona and Tsubaki was shocked, especially Riser and his peerage. Riser. What the hell? How did you eat my flames? Sona. Izuku is quite special, no elemental attacks will work against him. He is immune to any fire-based attacks: fire, water, ice, poison, lightning and many others. No elemental attacks can harm him. Not only that, but once he consumes an element, he gets stronger. Rias and her peerage eyes widened in disbelief as Izuku spoke. Izuku. Now since you attacked me first, I have the right to strike back. Izuku then breathed in, preparing his breath attack. Izuku. Poison dragon. Akeno. Did he say poison? Izuku. Roar. No time to react. Riser was blasted through the wall behind him, with some of his peerage members getting hit in the process. The roar left a huge hole in the orc wall. Izuku. Looks like I got some of his peerage members too. Oh well. Ravel was wide-eyed with horror at what she just witnessed. First Izuku ate fire and then fired a blast from his mouth, sending her brother and some of his peerage members through the wall. Sona. Izuku, did you have to destroy the wall? Izuku. Sorry about that. Graphia, sad face, thinking, this boy just who or what is he? The room was quiet after what everyone just witnessed: Izuku blasting Riser Phoenix through the wall. Even the women of Riser's peerage were shocked at the power Izuku held. They then heard Riser coming back into the room, but he was coughing while being supported by Yubeluna, his queen. The blonde phoenix heir glared at Izuku. Riser. You dare attack me? You will. He stopped talking due to coughing as he felt weak after that breath attack. Izuku. Hey, you attacked first. I was acting in defense. So go and bitch to someone who cares. Before things could get further out of hand, Graphia flared her power, making everyone stop feeling the cold pressure she was emitting. Graphia. This has gone on long enough. I am here by the order of Lord Searzex. Which means there will be no further disruption of peace. Izuku decided it was best to stand down. The last thing he wants is to get on Graphia's bad side. Riser kept his mouth closed. He knew better than to go against the orders of the strongest queen. Riser. When told such an ominous thing by one who is known as the ultimate queen, even Riser can be somewhat fearful. Graphia. My master anticipated there will be a conflict of some sort. As such, he has assigned me a last resort should communications break down. Rias. Yes, he did. Would you care to be a little more specific? Graphia. If Lady Rias insists on putting her personal preferences above those of her family, she is to settle this via a rating game. Issei. Wait, what's a rating game? Kiba. It's a game noble devils play with each other. Long story short, they and their servants compete in battle to determine who wins. Issei. Like the chess thing. Akeno. Exactly the reason we have individual powers that are inspired by what we call evil pieces. Issei. That's good to know. Riser. Riser has played through numerous rating games and has scored several wins for himself. Unfortunately, my inexperienced bride had never even officially qualified for an official game. Izuku. Why is that? Akeno. He knows only mature devils are allowed to participate, so it's not as if she's had an opportunity. Riser. Rias, is this adorable group the extent of your servants? Rias. And so, what if they are? Riser laughs and motions to his peerage set which has 15 pieces. Riser. Well, this will fun, I already have a complete set to your small pieces. Issei. And he has hot girls in his peerage, why can't I be this guy? Riser. My dear, why is your servant looking at me and weeping uncomfortably? Rias. Because his dream is to have a harem. Izuku, sad face, thinking, this is the Red Dragon Emperor. This is just sad. Riser then stood on his own with some difficulty. He began to mock Issei, saying he will never have what he has. Issei got angry hearing that and responded. Issei. Shut up, once I stop sucking at this devil shit I'll get all the ladies I want, you stupid phoenix breath. Or should I say phoenix breath? Riser. Watch yourself, boy, I already had enough disrespect from that other trash there, points at Izuku, know your place. Issei. Screw you. The only person I need to impress in this room is Rias. I don't give a shit what you think of me. Izuku. Well, at least he can talk tough. Issei. We don't need to play some damn game. I'll kick your ass right now, just like Izuku did right here and now. Issei without hesitation charged at Riser, who was still feeling the effects of the poison in his body. A blue-haired girl moved in front of Riser to intercept Issei, but then the temperature dropped in the room as Issei was frozen solid in ice along with the blue-haired girl. Seeing this, everyone looked to Graphia, figuring it was her doing, but it was Izuku who did it. Izuku. I am pretty sure Graphia just said there will be no more interruptions. Everyone was caught off guard by Izuku now using ice magic. Graphia now had her eyes fixated on Izuku, wondering just who he is. Graphia. Thank you, Izuku, can you unfreeze them please? Izuku nods and snaps his fingers, shattering the ice that held the two. Issei. Huh, what happened and why the hell is it so damn cold? Sona. Because Izuku just froze you, keeping you from doing something reckless and stupid. Rias. Graphia, tell my brother that I agree to the rating game. Graphia. I will inform him immediately. Rias. Riser, believe me when I say we will annihilate you. Riser. I look forward to it. Riser's gaze then landed on Izuku, who just stared back at the blonde phoenix heir with an uncaring gaze. Riser. Riser won't forget this disrespect, boy. Izuku. Oh, I don't want you to forget it. I want you to remember it for the rest of your life, as this was the moment Izuku made Phoenix Air his bitch. Riser growled in annoyance before turning back to Rias. Riser. Riser will see you at the game. Riser then summoned his magic circle and vanished with his peerage. Graphia then took her leave as well. Izuku then stood up and was about to leave until Rias. Izuku, wait. Izuku then stopped and turned to see what Rias wanted. Izuku. What the hell do you want? Make it quick, I have things to do. Rias. I am actually glad you are here and with Sona, because I have something I want to ask you both. Sona. Oh, and what is that, Rias? Rias. Sona, would you be willing to trade Izuku to my peerage? Sona raised an eyebrow at this, but she then looked at Izuku, who had the coldest glare in his eyes after hearing Ria's question. Sona. And just why do you want Izuku in your peerage all of a sudden? Rias. Well, he has the power necessary to handle Riser and he could help me get out of this engagement. So what do you say? I will give him back once the rating game is over. Besides, if I knew he had sacred gear so powerful, then I would have tried to recruit him myself. Sona. Well, sorry, but Izuku is mine and I am not letting him go. Rias. What, Sona? You heard me. Rias. Oh really, why not just ask Izuku then? Sona then looks at Izuku and asks. Sona. Izuku, how do you feel about this? Izuku. I feel like this redheaded bitch is truly pushing her luck. Kiba then stepped up, glaring at Izuku. Kiba. Watch what you say to my King Midoriya. Izuku. Oh, and what the hell are you going to do if I don't? Kiba had a red circle in his palm ready to summon a sword, but Rias spoke. Rias. Kiba, stand down. Kiba obeyed but kept glaring at Izuku as Rias looked at Izuku. Rias. Well, Izuku, if you won't join my peerage, then would you at least help train with us for the rating game? Izuku. Fuck no. Rias. And why not? You have seen how Riser acts for yourself. Don't you see why I need your help? Izuku. Yeah, I don't like that prick, but you forgot something. Rias. And what is that? Izuku. I don't fucking like you. Rias then glared as Izuku spoke once more. Izuku, you have a better chance at getting Issei and Kiba to make out rather than getting me to help you with anything. Issei. Dude. Issei looked as if he was about to throw up at the thought while Kiba got angry hearing this. Rias. I see. Well then I hope you know that if I lose this rating game then not only do I have to marry that pig but he also gains control over my peerage. This means not only can he do whatever he pleases with me but also with Akeno, Kiba, Issei, Asia and Kaneko. Izuku then read her mind hearing her thoughts. Rias' sad face, thinking, I know he will help me now he cares too much about Kaneko and Akeno. Too much to not to. Izuku. That sounds like your problem. This shocked Rias along with Akeno and Kaneko. Izuku. You thought you could use my friendship with both Akeno and Kaneko to get me to help you. Nice try, but if Akeno and Kaneko want my help they know where to find me. As for you and pretty boy you can go fuck yourselves. Rias. You're willing to let your friends be taken advantage of by that pig. Izuku. How long have you known about this engagement? How long did you have to get your peerage up to the level strength-wise to be able to fight against Riser? This is your problem. Besides, like I said before, I don't like you. Kaneko and Akeno can get my help anytime but you're on your own. He turned around and spoke once more. Izuku. But hey, congratulations on getting married. I will be sure to send you a wedding gift. Rias. Oh, what if it was Sona in this predicament? Would you turn your back on her? Izuku. No, she is my king and I would help her without hesitation because I care for her and I owe her my life. And I have the skills to take down anyone who would harm her, Tsubaki or anyone in her peerage. Now if you're done here I have somewhere to be. He then takes his leave, leaving Rias fuming and a blushing Sona and Tsubaki as Sona cleared her throat and said. Sona. Well, we have to get going, we have our duties after all. They both left the orc clubroom and made their way outside. Sona. Well, that was something. Tsubaki. Honestly, I don't like the way she tried to manipulate Izuku into doing what she wanted. She really has gotten desperate. Sona. Yes, she has, but like Izuku said, she has to deal with it. She has become so reckless because she doesn't want to marry Riser. I don't blame her for not wanting to marry that pig. Tsubaki. So Kaichu, what did you mean by saying Izuku is yours? Sona blushes hearing this as Tsubaki smirked. Sona. I just said that he is a special member of my peerage, that is all. Tsubaki. Giggles. You're stuttering. Kaichu, does this mean you harbor some feelings for Izuku? Sona. I will admit he is quite handsome and he is very strong, not a pervert, and he is very mysterious, which I like. But I did find it hot when he put Riser in his place. Tsubaki blushes thinking back to Izuku's attack on Riser. Tsubaki. Yes, he sure is something. Sona. What about you? Do you have any feelings for the lone wolf of Kuo? Tsubaki. Well, I won't lie and say there is nothing there. It's something about him though. I am afraid if I try to get close to him he would try to push me away. Sona. Yeah, there are some things he doesn't wish to talk about, but we can help heal that cold heart of his. We just need to give him time. You saw what he did to Rias when she tried to get answers from him. Tsubaki. Yes, but the way he glared at us when I asked him about Project Dragonslayer had me worried. Sona. Izuku is a mystery. He hides how he feels. I can see the pain in his eyes. We will help him deal with that pain. Besides, I wouldn't be a good king if I let my precious piece suffer, would I? Tsubaki. Your precious piece. I am starting to think you see him as more than just a peerage member. Kaichu. Sona looked away to hide her blush. Sona. I have no idea what you are talking about. Tsubaki. Okay then, I guess I can have Izuku all to myself then, huh? Sona. Oh, are you trying to lay claim to him? Tsubaki. Tsubaki. I won't back down even if you're the leader. Kaichu. Sona. Oh, then let's see who gets Izuku first then. Tsubaki. A declaration of war. I accept. Both girls smirk at each other. Later that day, Izuku steps out of the shower, a towel around his waist as he dries his hair. He was in his room and gets his clothes on, black jeans with a black t-shirt, as he steps out of his room to see Rainer at his door about to knock. Rainer. Oh, Izuku. Izuku. Is there something you need? Rainer. Rainer. It's Mocha, she is finally awake. Izuku, thank you. He then suits his room and goes over to his guest room and knocks on the door. Mocha. Come in. Izuku enters to see her sitting up as she turns her attention to him. Izuku. You're finally up. That's good. Mocha. Yes, I was quite injured when you got there. Thank you for saving me. Izuku. It's no problem, but why were they after you? Mocha. I was tracking down Sukune when I learned he had joined up with Sophia and Lancer. I will admit they were strong. Together they gave me trouble, even used my weakness against me. Sukune and those other two are up to something. I thought I was gonna die, but then you came. Izuku. Yeah, well, I couldn't just let you get killed, besides I owe you. If it wasn't for you and your sisters, I wouldn't have learned how to fight. Mocha. You don't owe me, but thank you anyways. Izuku. So do you still feel weak? Mocha. Yes, seeing the condition I was in, it will take a while for my power to return. I could drink blood, but I don't think there are many animals nearby for me to feed on. Izuku. Here. Izuku removes his shirt, exposing his body to Mocha, who immediately blushed upon seeing his body. Mocha. Izuku. Izuku. You need blood, don't you? I am offering to help you. Mocha then sighed, trying to tone down her blush as Izuku sat on the bed next to with his back turned. As Mocha got closer, placing her hands on his shoulders, she then sees the scars on his body. Mocha. Okay. She then leans in and bites down on Izuku's neck, causing the green teen to grunt, feeling her fangs in his skin as Mocha began drinking his blood. Mocha sad face, thinking, this blood is. It tastes so sweet. My Izuku, I never knew your blood would taste so good. Izuku just sat there letting her drink as much as she needs. After a few seconds, Mocha releases him, stopping herself from consuming more blood. Mocha. Thank you. Izuku. No problem. So how are you feeling now? Mocha. I feel my power coming back. In fact, I might be stronger than before. Your blood was very tasty. I almost didn't want to stop. Izuku. Hey, I still need to live, you know. Mocha. Giggles. Yes, I know. Thank you again, Izuku. Izuku. No problem. They then heard someone clear their throat. Izuku then looks at the door to the guest room as it was open, Rainer and Midlet looking at them both with sweet smiles, but a dark aura was coming from the two Fallens. Midlet. So Zuku, is there any reason why you have your shirt off? Rainer. And why does Mocha have her arms around your neck? Seeing the position they were in, both Mocha and Izuku blushed and looked away from each other. Izuku. Look, I was just helping her get her strength back, okay? He then puts on his shirt, but before the girls could respond, they hear a knock on the door. With Azazel. Azazel was enjoying a nice drink until he got a knock at his door. Azazel. Ah man, who could that be? He goes to the door and opens it to reveal Megumi. We need to talk. With Izuku. Izuku opens the door to see both Kaneko and Akano there. Akano. Hello Izuku, can we come in? Azazel was pouring Megumi a drink and hands him the glass, which he accepts and sits down in a chair looking at the black-haired man as Azazel asked. Azazel. To be honest, I never thought you of all people would come and visit me. Megumi. Well, I am here for a reason. I came here to find my little brother Izuku Midoriya. Azazel was surprised hearing that as Megumi continued. Megumi. I followed him to find out what kind of person he is, but I did not get much info. So I decided to talk with him. I summoned him with a C-tree summoning pact, but that did not turn out well either. Azazel. What happened? Megumi. I told him about our mother, but he kept denying that we were siblings. He acted like he wanted nothing to do with me. So I figured if I want to know about my brother, I decided to come to you to see if you know about Izuku. Azazel lets out a sigh. He knew Izuku would not tell anyone about his past due to many reasons, so he decided to tell Megumi. Azazel. Alright, well, for starters, Izuku is not just gonna accept that he suddenly has a family member suddenly popping up in his life. The things that boy went through at such a young age is quite sickening if you ask me. Megumi focused on what Azazel just said and responded. Megumi. Tell me what the hell happened to my brother. With Izuku. Izuku was sitting down on the chair next to the couch where Akano and Kaneko were sitting looking at the green-haired hybrid, as on the right arm of the chair sat Rainer and on the left arm was Mocha, who was now able to move around. Midlet chose a bold move and sat in Izuku's lap, which earned an annoyed grunt from the green-haired teen and a look of jealousy from Akano and Kaneko. Izuku. So what can I do for you both? Akano. Well, you did say you could help us when we wanted your help with training, so we wanted to know if you could help us out. Izuku narrowed his eyes on them and asked. Izuku. Is this what you both want? Kaneko nods and Izuku then asked. Izuku. Did Rias send you here or did you come here on your own? Kaneko. We came here on our own. Izuku. I see, so you both want me to train just you two and no one else. Akeno. Yes, I know you and Rias don't get along. For that I do apologize. This arranged marriage with Riser has her stressed out. She is usually not like this. She is really kind when you give her a chance. Izuku. I don't give a damn about Rias' engagement. Whether she gets married to that asshole or not is not my problem. Everyone has their issues in life, but that's no excuse for her to act the way she has been acting. Rainer. Izuku's right. Just because she has problems does not give her the right to disrespect others. Midlet. Yeah, you guys should be lucky because when Izuku was better he was gonna go after Rias until he was talked out of it. Mocha. Rias is a big girl who needs to sort out her own problems and not take her anger out on someone else. Akeno and Kaneko looked down knowing they were right. Rias has been difficult to deal with since she has been desperate to get out of her situation. Izuku. With that said, I will help you both. But as for Rias and the other members of her peerage, I won't be helping them. Kaneko. I see, Izuku. But that doesn't mean I don't know people who could probably help you. Akeno. Wait, so you know someone who could help us? Izuku. Can help train you, but it's gonna be up to you to put in the work. Akeno. But I thought you couldn't stand Rias. Izuku. Can't stand her. I hate her fucking guts. I am helping you because I care about you both, and it's that saying, the devil you know rather than the devil you don't know. I may hate Rias, but I would rather deal with her than that ass clown of a fiancé she has. Akeno. I see, smiles. Thank you, Izuku, you really are kind. Izuku blushes and looks away. Izuku. Yeah, whatever. So is that all you wanted to talk about? Akeno. Thank you for your time. I will text you the address we will be training at. With that, both Akeno and Kaneko left Izuku's house, leaving the green-haired hybrid with the two Fallens and a vampire. Midlet. So Zuku, who are you gonna get to help them? Izuku. I am sure there are people capable for the job. Do you guys want to help me? Rainer. Sure, could be fun. Midlet. No problem. Mocha. I do owe you, so yes, I will help. Izuku. Okay, I just have to make some calls. Izuku then sighed as he brought out his phone and dialed a number before calling it. The phone was then answered. Well, this is a surprise, Izuku. I never thought you would call me. Izuku. Yeah, well, I know you can help me, so I am gonna need a favor. Think you can help? Depends. Do you still remember what we talked about last time? Izuku felt a chill go down his spine hearing the sultriness of her voice, and he responded. Izuku. Look, we can deal with that another time, you crazed lunatic. I need you to help me train some people. Can you help me? He then hears the woman giggles at this and she responds. Sure. So who are you helping? 2 days later. After discussing training Rias' peerage, Izuku informed Sona of this, in which she was all for it. Despite her attitude, Sona still considered Rias her childhood friend, and so she granted Izuku 2 weeks off from school to help. Izuku stood with Rainer, Midlet and Mocha as a red portal opens in front of the group. A woman with long black hair and she wore a mask walks through it. Rainer, Midlet and Mocha were surprised seeing this woman, as they knew who she was. Izuku was the only one who was not surprised. It's been a while, Izuku. How is my little dragon? Izuku. I am fine. It has been a long time, Raven. The woman removes her mask, showing her beautiful face as she smirks at the green-haired teen. She then walks up to him, getting in his face, and places a hand on his right cheek. Raven. Come now, Izuku, aren't you happy to see me? Izuku gently removes her hand from his cheek and looks her in the eyes. Izuku. Can you please be serious about this? Raven. Still being so cold to me. Oh well, as long as you know what I want from you, I will let it slide. Izuku. I am not doing that, Raven. Raven. Chuckles. Oh, keep playing tough, Izuku. I am the kind of woman who loves the hunt and getting my prey in the end. Before Izuku could respond, he was tackled by a blur that was hugging him tightly. Izuku. It's been so long. I was surprised when you called me. How have you been? Izuku. I am fine, Ty Lee. Now can you let me go? She then lets him go as the Grimoire peerage comes into view. Izuku then spoke, getting their attention. Izuku. You made it. I see. Good, now that you are all here. I am going to explain how things are gonna go. I am not here to waste my time. I am in charge here. I don't know who your teachers or mentors were before, nor do I care. I am not gonna bullshit you. Me and the people with me are going to train you until it feels like you're about to die. I won't be hearing any complaints, no whining. What I say goes. You don't like it, go fuck yourself and do your own training. I am here to help make you stronger. So with all that said, he glares at the Grimoires in front of him as they were scared. Izuku. Welcome to 2 weeks of hell. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and now we will see you in the next video.